This episode of the Play the Game podcast is brought to you by LoneWolfPaintball.com. And when it comes to paintball, Lone Wolf is the name you can trust. They have been in the game since the very beginning as Michigan's premier field and supplier since 1987, and Lone Wolf has built a legacy of excellence, passion, and service that runs deep in the game. From their top-tier customer service to same-day shipping on all orders, Lone Wolf makes sure that you are locked and loaded with your new gear fast. No waiting around, no hassle, just the best brands in paintball delivered straight to your door. They've got it all. Markers, loaders, tanks, apparel, accessories, and more from all of your favorite brands. And whether you're just getting started in the game or gearing up for your next big event, LoneWolfPaintball.com has everything you need. Be sure to check out their YouTube channel at Lone Wolf Paintball and follow them on Instagram at Lone Wolf PB to stay up to date on all the latest gear, exclusive sales, and community content. At Play the Game Podcast, we are incredibly grateful for Lone Wolf's continued support, and we cannot wait for you to become a part of their growing community. Head on over to LoneWolfPaintball.com right now and gear up with the best in the game. PTG family, thank you so much for being here. Are you interested in getting your brand in front of the Play the Game community? We are opening up advertising opportunities on the Play the Game podcast, and if you've got a company, a product, or a brand you want to promote to our passionate and growing community, this is your chance. Please send us over a message on Instagram at Play the Game Podcast to learn how we can collaborate and help you grow your business through the PTG platform. Once again, head over to Instagram, send us a message at Play the Game Podcast, and we look forward to connecting and helping you build something truly amazing together.
What's going on, PTG Nation? This episode, we have an absolute banger. It is a full damage party, having the MVP of the event, Jason Edwards, one of the hardest working individuals in the game. If you guys don't know much about Jason Edwards, this is a great episode to listen to. He's really persevered through so much, both on and off the field, to become one of the best players in the world and really leave his mark on the game. We also have Keith Brown, Swaggy, who is just always a force on the field. Also one of the most electric and dynamic players in the game. And then we cap it off with Joey Blute, who's always a riot. Don't want to miss out on any of these segments. They're all really fun, really engaging. And without further ado, we're going to hop in the show.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication.
And the crowd starts chanting Harmon. Great shot by all the guys. So Tyler Harmon saved that game.
He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
What is up, Squadron? Welcome back to PTG. It's been a minute. We missed y'all. Can't wait to introduce our big winner, the MVP, Jason Edwards, to the show. March, congratulations. Congrats to the whole Tampa Bay Damage organization. You guys won World Cup, and we're going to be doing a good old-fashioned Tampa Bay Damage shindig, a hoedown, some might say.
Hoedown.
Sound like you're from Florida already.
Yep, that's right.
Ty's been there. He was a Damage boy before. You know, he's been out there. He knows what it's like.
Yep. So how's it going, Jay? How you doing, bud?
Doing good. Definitely trying to enjoy the off season, but there's already the craziness of sponsorship negotiations and trying to get the field ready for the new league that's coming in.
That's right. Yeah, that is some pretty major news. If you didn't know, the US XBL is moving out to Florida. They're expanding and going to be working with Legacy Sports Park out there. So I'm pretty sure that's where all the events are going to be at. Is that right?
That is correct.
There we go. Yeah, that's major. So what do you have to do to get ready for all that?
We have 2 turf fields now. They want a third, so we've got to throw in another turf field, and then we got to expand our parking situation just because, you know, we do well with the amount of volume that we get right now, but that tournament is probably going to draw in a larger crowd. So we've been negotiating with the neighbors to use their land as part of our parking.
Dude, that is so awesome. One, Mike has been obviously absolutely crushing with the WCPPL and then taking over USXBL to see them expand into Florida for the divisional or for the regional leagues is epic. I think it's going to be great. And I mean, Jason, I really appreciate all the work that you, your entire family, and your whole crew do to make sure Legacy's, honestly, it's one of the best fields I've ever played at. I love playing at Legacy. Like, one, it just kind of has a nostalgic feel, you know, from back in the day. I love it. It was always like the World Cup practice spot. But what you've done to really like turn it into a tournament park and really take care of the players is amazing. So I think there's no better place for Mike to go and have a spot in Florida, which is awesome. How many events is he gonna be doing there? Is it gonna be 4? Like the other
4
ones?
events this year.
Yeah. Damn, he's gonna be busy next year. That's a lot of tournaments. 12 tournaments. He's coming for it.
Yeah, that was the selling point for me was, we ran a series this year, and then on top of like the team, obviously, and other business endeavors, I was running out of steam. So to just have to get the park ready and maintain it and have it ready to go for him sounded like a great opportunity.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mike's the man. He knows what he's doing. He's going to definitely help, streamline everything for you guys out there. But like March said, the field is nostalgic. It's been around forever. We've been training there for decades. And the fact that you were able to still, keep it alive and also make these great adaptations to it too. You added like showers and made it really nice. You've got, the turf that you've just put in out there. The care is really top notch. So that's going to pay dividends when all those paintball players are, flooding the fields and everybody's going out there for these events. They're going to love it out there.
Hell yeah. Excited for it.
Yeah, man. That's great.
Yes. Where's the third turf field going to be? Cause you got
right in the middle of the other two. Yeah. The one that already had clay on it that we kind of let overgrow. We're going to lift it higher and then just turf that one. So it'll be 3 turf fields in a row.
Sick. I mean, guys, for the listeners, if you don't understand, like the way Jason works is crazy. I didn't even realize he was working this hard, but leading into World Cup, I think, Jason, you said you worked like 30 out of 31 days or something, just absolutely ridiculous. And it was like the 1 or 2 days that you had off, we had practice. And it was like, you had not stopped trying to like lay the turf for the second field, which turned out beautiful. It's just an insane amount of work that goes into making sure these fields are up to par. And the new turf field is incredible. Both turf fields are great, but the new one is like fucking really nice, really slick. So I'm excited to see the third one.
Yeah, I'm hoping the third one's a charm, right? The first one I did was the first time I've ever laid turf, and I reached out to so many paintball fields, and everyone had a different method. But Florida's different, our ground is different, the heat is different. So I just kind of went with what I thought was going to be best. It worked out good. The heat is different. Oh yeah, and now the second turf field is even better. We realized we need to raise the ground more and use a lot more clay underneath it to make it a little bit more solid. We'd laid the turf a different direction and just put a lot more money into that one. So the third one's going to be even better for sure.
There we go. Yeah, the weather. Speaking of like how the heat's different in Florida, one of the crazy things about the World Cup was the heat was non-existent. It was one of the
San Diego weather.
Yeah, it was crazy. I've never stepped off the plane and felt like cold. That was the first time in like 25 years where I was like, damn, it's pretty cold out here. And the weather was just absolutely perfect leading into the tournament. It's probably really cold now over there. It's getting cooler.
No, it's hot again. I mean, it was hot on Monday, literally. Like Sunday started warming up, and then Monday we went and packed up the damage booth, and it was miserably hot. So it only held on 4 cup, which obviously it made the paint a little bit difficult to use at first, but we were able to. CJ Canner and Brian Smith came in clutch. They did hours and hours and hours to find the right lot, the right bore sizes, the temper control. They crushed it. I mean, if it wasn't for them, it would have been a whole different situation in that tournament. But they found the best ball for us in the HK trailer, and I mean, it worked great.
Yeah. Well, it's obviously we played each other Sunday morning. You guys got the dub on that and moved on to win the tournament. But after knocking us out, the paint gets a lot better as well, because we also have a big supply. And if we're not using it, I don't know if you guys used any of that supply, but that one, the paint was.
You guys get the better paint? What the fuck?
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. What the hell? You heard that, right, Jason?
It's not so much that we get any better paint than you guys, but there's so many different lots that everyone's using. And we all do a lot of research prior to the tournament. You pick your lot. So once, if we're out of the tournament, you could be like, yo, what was Impact shooting? Okay, well, let's look at their lot, And
sometimes you'll have the same lot too, and you'll both like run out, as the tournament goes on, And so, obviously having another flagship HK team not wanting the same lot. I don't even know what lots we had, actually. You're right, Jason. I mean, CJ and Brian Smith were just spot on with that. They took care of everything.
Yeah, they definitely tested Impact's a lot, and then we tested Heat's a lot, and Heat's was way too brittle for us. I remember we tried it, but I mean, that's just how the tournament rolls, though. Once people get knocked out, you try to see if their paint was any better, but we actually stuck with the same lot the whole way through, and luckily we didn't shoot as much paint as we thought we would. So we were able to use the one lot from, start to finish.
Yeah, you guys played excellent. I mean, I could tell that you guys were going the distance just off of the cadence and the rhythm of the movement, the way that you guys were communicating. It felt powerful. I've been doing this a long time. I listen to everything. I watch everything. You can tell when there's a camp that is just charged up. The energy, you know what I mean? It's all energy. You can feel it. And definitely the energy that you all brought collectively into that tournament is the reason why you walked away with the championship. So hats off to the work ethic and all the effort, because it's not easy. Every time someone wins one of those, it's a lot of work, a lot of mental effort, a lot of physical effort. So tip my cap to you guys, and looking forward to, obviously, 2026 is going to be an amazing season as well. A lot of action on the horizon. I got a whole
happening right now. What is going on right now? We thought last year's offseason was insane. And I was talking to someone the other day, and I'm like, I think this is the most crazy offseason ever.
I don't know if you could beat last season. That was pretty crazy.
I mean, it was big, right? But it was one massive move, it was pretty groundbreaking.
Yeah.
But this is you have multiple top teams that are no longer existing. You have mergers that are happening.
Yeah.
You have this offseason is, I think you can argue that it's crazier.
Well, I think so. Last one was pretty much player specific. This is we don't even know if some of these teams are sticking around. Are they merging? Are new teams coming in? And honestly, I never want to say that anything negative on semi-pro or anything, but the strength of semi-pro right now was already lower after losing Fit, Blast Camp, and Sea Dogs and Leverage. So, a lot of those teams aren't ready to jump into pro. So if we lose 3 pro teams, it's going to be a hard slot to fill.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're not lying. Yeah, if for everybody out there who's tuned in that doesn't really know, because we all sitting here have a little bit more of a tilted ear into what's going on, So for everybody out there that doesn't know, there's some huge team mergers that are going on. Obviously, we've heard about Dynasty and Arsenal. I guess we can kind of just unpack that one if we want to chat about that. That's a pretty major development right there.
Yeah. I think that's a wild development, if you ask me. So Tom Ford now bringing an influx of cash to Dynasty, which helps them tremendously. I believe they're bringing Omara, ABJ, which definitely helps them on the snake side. But I don't know that I'm curious to see what Dynasty does with the players they already have, right? Because they had 9 or 10 guys, and Dynasty is known for staying very committed to their players. They don't cut people really. You have to really fuck up to get cut from Dynasty. You really do, which is both a strength and sometimes a weakness. But I think that loyalty kind of, it's one of the reasons that players will be so loyal and want to play so well for that team. But yeah, they already have a pretty full roster, and they're bringing on, who is the other one? Was it, Chris told me, what's his Colin Laster? Actually, I feel so bad. I don't even know who that is. Was he joking? Is that a player that was on Arsenal?
I think so.
Colin Laster. Yeah. No, Colin Laster. He's like, I don't know. Maybe Chris was joking to me. But I feel like a jerk right now. But I thought for sure it would be Elliot Weaver. I thought Weaver would be going too. And I guess Weaver was like, no, I don't think it's a good fit for me, which is so strange because I think that would have made Dynasty very dangerous. I think Weaver would have fit in kind of perfectly with them.
Well, it depends on where they're planning on practicing. Where's this thing going to be, is it going to be in San Diego? Do they have to travel across the country? Because somebody's going to have to travel across the country. It's just the way it is. It's not the
worst, though. It's not the worst. I mean, I know that was obviously a conversation going to Florida, and I'm like, I love it. You
get to stack your points. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, for sure. You get to stack Delta points. That's nice. That's definitely one way to look at it. But another is I feel like it just makes you lock into that practice a little bit more too, when you're gone.
You just got to make sure you're drinking a lot of water on the plane. Bro. You got to be running to the bathroom.
Going to Florida.
Yeah.
You're going to Florida.
Yeah.
Ask Jason,
losing that water real quick.
Yeah, Jason knows. I'm he was the sweaty captain on the team, and I think I may have taken his throne. I don't know. We're close. We're neck and neck.
We definitely ruin every seat we sit in at practice. So
yeah, for sure. That's an interesting point, Ty. Maybe the travel played into it. I don't know. Either way, I think Dynasty gets a lot stronger from this. I think it's a big boost to Dynasty. It's a shame to see Arsenal go away after just 1 year of Tom coming in and kind of, rebranding and getting people excited about the old school Arsenal name. So I don't love that part of it. But it definitely, it's good for Dynasty. Let's see what else. There's obviously Houston Heat being taken over by Alan from NRG. Alan is, he's wants to have a pro team, clearly, and Alan's a great dude. If you guys don't know Alan, he's a good individual. His teams have not had a lot of success. I think they've been relegated the last few years in a row, or close to, and he keeps finding a way back into the pro division. But I think this is a good chance for him to put together a decent team, and field some solid players. I'm curious to see who stays. I've heard rumblings of Mishka going back to Red Legion. I don't know if that's true or not. That would definitely hurt Russians. Ronnie obviously is a player that I think a lot of teams would be interested in.
Well, hold on. That would help. That would help the Russians. Yeah.
For sure. Big time. Yeah. Did I say hurt the Russians?
Yeah.
I thought I said, I misspoke. My bad. Yeah. I meant hurt Heat.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally misspoke. Yeah, that would help Red Legion a ton. Mishka is a stud. He's still playing at such a high level. Yeah,
I mean, one of my favorite teammates. The dude is amazing. Yeah, Mishka's the man. Yeah.
We heard you guys picked up Connor Kelly as well.
Quite possibly. Yeah,
quite possibly. I heard it's confirmed. From the horse's mouth. We'll see, but allegedly, I guess is the term that you have to use on these shows to make sure you don't get in trouble legally.
Yeah.
Our in-house attorney Chris Shear said we can say it.
There we
go. But yeah, it's just a wild offseason. It's pretty insane, and we're only a week in.
Well, and like you said, the thing that's the craziest about this one is that we're losing some teams, and it's like Jay said as well, we need to make sure that these dogs coming up, these future front runners, they need to be ready to go for the big stage and be high performing when they step onto that field. So good luck to whoever is going to be stepping into those roles. I mean, listen to some old PTG episodes if you need to, because there's plenty of game on here that we've dropped over the years that could help in just processing. It's all information. And speaking of that, I want to dive into, Jay, we have you here because you're the MVP of the World Cup, bro. You fucking dominated out there. The squad played outstanding. So let's dive into World Cup. Obviously, you guys had the route through one of the toughest brackets in the tournament, without a doubt. So let's kind of walk through that and what that was like leading into Sunday. And then I guess we'll break down, go over Sunday and just run through it.
So going into Cup, this was one of the first few times that we didn't have that bye round or whatever it was when you're top four. The last time we had it, we felt like it actually hindered us just because we kind of went in complacent. So like this one, we went through the grinder right off the rip. We started off in the 3-man. It wasn't even easy there. We did drop a game against Russians, but some of the guys knew that we only had to lose by 1 point.
How funny was that?
For everyone to know. I had no clue. That's why I bunkered the guy real quick and tried to save you guys 40 seconds. But I was completely confused when everyone just went out there and chilled, and they chilled. So they obviously didn't do the math right either. But, so we did drop that game. We won the rest of them. The paint was definitely an issue in the 3-man. We were struggling with it. We got through the event. We won it. So we won the Eastern Conference, or however they did it. So then we were obviously confident going into the actual 5-man X-ball format. We went out and just played good. I mean, there was times where we had slight concerns. There was a majority of us on the team were fighting flus and injuries going into Cup. So we didn't use Alex or Keith in the 3-man. Mouse got sick right when we got there, and Keith was nursing an ankle injury. Myself, I was sick. Marcelo was sick. Several of us were fighting some kind of flu or bug that was going around. So we weren't sure how well we were going to be endurance-wise. So we started to try to play as many people as we could, just to see if everyone was going to, come in clutch. And everyone honestly did. There was, it always feels great to get the MVP. It's one of those achievements that you definitely always strive to get. But every single person had clutch moments, and definitely groups of us too. Jacob and I pulled off several things. Marcelo, myself, Sheer, Mouse. I mean, Mouse had some individual amazing points that were just highlight reels. And, Keith did his thing in the snake, constantly getting down the field. When we were down on bodies, we practiced the entire way leading into Cup to continue to press into down body situations. And it actually paid off for us, mostly on the snake side, Dorito side. The one weakness we had, which we thought was going to be our strength, was the middle. We did not find a way up the middle. And a lot of it became because the first few games, whenever myself or Marcelo would try to fill out, we were getting caught consistently leaving the home. So everyone on our team always hates the home. They always say the back center is the worst bunker. We got to get out of it. But I mean, we proved it, right? Like we find ways to make it work, even if we have to anchor in there.
Well, that one was a good one.
There was one match.
Yeah.
There was one match where we had to abandon the home with 2 of us, and it was the Tauntaun match, right? Because Fedorov was like, that fucking guy, man. Sometimes you just run into a player where like you're not shooting them on the break, and then you get into a spot in their first ball. And on Sunday, I remember exactly that. Fedorov just kept, all of a sudden he would appear in like the Dorito 2 or 3. He would come up and his first ball would hit me. And then Skinny's like, double back center again. I'm like, no, Skinny, I can't be here. Because 1, I'm not connecting on the shot. 2, I'm on a platter. Like one of us are getting shot. Actually, there was one point
shot behind you one time
where you got shot behind me because I didn't do my job. And I'm like, look, Skinny, we got to leave just Jason back there. Let me go to the juice box and I'll contest Fedorov heads up. And that ended up kind of shifting that match after we were down a couple points. But it was like,
we finally slowed him down. And then one of the, snake guys got in there real quick and shot us from that side. We were like, all right, this is not working. We can't control both sides equally. So they definitely were the one team that said that they were not going to allow us to double stack that home, and they proved it right off the rip. So, but I think that helped us moving forward because now we had a new game plan going into the next round. The one thing that we just constantly did great was adapt. Every, poor situation, every down body game, every team that gave us a new look, like you guys played different than everyone else. Like we were able to adapt to it. And we had several comeback games too, which was great.
Yeah. Sunday was exciting. Not for me, but for you guys.
It was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking to lose on a penalty and like not get that. It's a coin flip. If we go to the next point, it's a coin flip. We got the best players in the world out here. But not even
I wanted that too. It does definitely suck to have a game, especially a game of that magnitude, to end on something like that. But unfortunately, it was definitely deserved. Like it was. It's like, why though? There wasn't even enough time.
It hurts.
Yeah, I know.
But enough about that. So moving into the Tauntauns, they definitely showed you a crazy game too. That was one of the most exciting games we saw. I think that was like between the one that we had in the morning and that one, you guys had some really exciting games and played gritty paintball. You know what I'm saying? That's at the end of the day, you outgritted every thing that was put in front of you. Whatever it was, you outgritted it, and made that push all the way to the top. And it was across the board. Everyone was clicking. You and your bro, always fun watching the Bash Bros, as you guys said, go smashing down the field and winning these crazy gunfights. Sheer is just a staple. The guy is phenomenal. I mean, we all see this guy playing. Just a really raw talent. And really, I mean, I don't know if he's super slept on because everybody knows how good he is, but he's not a showboater. He's not in the limelight. He's kind of just, under the radar, sliding around all over the place over there. But the guy is elusive and he gets the job done. He's really, really intelligent. And then you talking
about Sheer right now still?
Sheer.
Oh, dude. Yeah, he's so fucking slept on. It's crazy, which I just don't understand at this point because
I know.
Getting to play behind him and seeing how many kills he picks up, I'm just like, dude, this guy is so good. Because I see it. I'm right next to him and I'm like, oh man, you just changed this entire game. But that's it. Right. You know how it is, Ty. That's how Dorito players are always slept on. Jay, this. Jacob knows it too. It's just Dorito players, I feel like, are always slept on when you're on that side.
Yeah, but man, across the board, obviously Mouse, Keith, all the dogs were having their way out there. Yeah. And so going into the fit match, obviously you fought back, came back against Tauntauns. What's your guys' mentality when you go down like that? And obviously you had just been, through the ringer the day before, had a good battle in the morning, and now you have that opposition. How did that all break down?
I mean, luckily for us, we have a lot of players on the team with high IQ and paintball. So, we look at the clock, we realize how much time there is. We try to keep ourselves in a situation of earning those points quickly in the beginning. So we're not forcing the final points in the fast pace and accidentally, get in a penalty that screws the whole match. Right. So it was just, all right, you get a win, try to get another win. And if you lose, don't focus on it. Don't harp on it. Move on to the next point, because the second you start, thinking too much about that loss, you're going to lose another point, and now you got to, you know, catch up twice as much. So it was just constantly moving on, like, you know, several times playing those teams, would win 2 or 3 in a row, we'd start making a comeback, they'd win a point, and it's just like, all right, we would usually just chalk it up to bad luck, a bad breakout or stupid gunfight. We learned our lesson, move on. We preached power of positivity going into this event, and it truly did help us, because that was always one of our major factors, was harping on the bad points, losing a second point. So we tried to avoid losing more than 1 point at a time on a comeback streak, and it really did work for us, because we never typically would lose 2 points while we're trying to come back.
Yeah, I mean, for all you divisional players out there, try to implement that into your system. The power of positivity, it'll get you really far, because you're right, Jason, it's all momentum. And if you allow that momentum to keep swinging in the wrong direction, I mean, it's just going to permeate more of that type of energy, and things are not going to click. So you got to clear it and move with some power into the next moves out there.
Yeah, exactly. And if you can win during a comeback, if you can win points convincingly, you know, making them blow the horn, especially if they're up on points and you can still make them concede, that's always a good feeling. But just earning the points with multiple bodies alive, or even just someone having a game, like there was one where Mouse had a disgusting game in the snake side, and it's just like, that was a nail in the coffin. We were up by a bunch. That was against, I believe, Joy Division, but that single-handed point right there was definitely the nail in their coffin. Like, all wind out of their sails. They knew there was no chance. Like, they had that point and they still lost it. So like, you don't want to be put in that situation when you're down. So that was the thing that we were always trying to avoid, was making sure we stayed composed, making sure we knew how much time was on the clock. Like, that was a good thing of having 2 quarterbacks on the field, or even 3 if me, Jacob, and Marcelo are out there. We're constantly relaying the time, what we got to get done, who's joysticking who, which way we're looking, and where we can make the push happen. And we just had good calls. Like, every time we said we're going to push this side, we pushed that side. And then if we had to, you know, a bad breakout, we were able to get the one guy that could to make a move and open the game up and square back up on bodies and win those. You know, any time you win a paintball tournament, you probably won a crap load of 2-on-3s where you were down.
Yeah.
Like, it was just those clutch defining moments, because that is what people see in the pits, and they look out and they're like, all right, like, they saved us. Let's go do it now. Let's do it for them. And we had that several times where, you know, the 2 guys that won the previous point were probably the first 2 dead in the next point, but the other 3 stepped up and clutched the next point.
That's right.
Dude, that's powerful, Jay. And honestly, like, you know, your play on the field earned you the MVP, but what nobody sees until, you know, maybe the documentary comes out or there's more footage is what a great leader you were through practice and through the event, with exactly what you're saying about always reminding the team of power of positivity and being together and making sure, like, we're focused on the right stuff. You know, I actually, again, was talking to someone earlier today, and I was like, dude, it's funny. Jason's like the East Coast Yosh. He's like the Florida Yosh. You know, he doesn't speak up all the time, but when he does, it's really powerful. It brings the group together, and it's like in a very meaningful way, and he has really good stuff to say. And I felt like you did that. You were just kind of spot on pretty much all through practice, through the event, through, you know, the entire run that we had. So again, getting the MVP is really fitting. You know, it's just you were embodying that the entire time, which was, man, just special, you know, and seeing Jake also get the finals MVP too. So seeing the brothers do it is pretty incredible. I know how much Jake puts into this. That kid is like one of the most raw talents that you can imagine in paintball. And to see, I didn't even know, just so you know, I didn't realize the move he did until like 2 days ago. I didn't realize the move he did in the first point of the finals until 2 days ago. Everyone's like, oh, coast to coast. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've never seen that, I don't think, in paintball in my life. He literally left the snake corner and bunkered the snake corner. That is crazy.
And, you know, that's the funny thing. If we were mic'd up and all had like glasses on, the way it broke down, we were losing that point, right? Like, I got a nice KLH, got the guy out of the snake, and then we didn't know if he was still.
Hold on, time out. I need the listeners to know what KLH is, because I don't think many do. I didn't. KLH is Jason's famous Kentucky left hand, you know, and I do it too. So yeah, I need to start labeling it the KLH. You know?
Yeah, we got questions in here about the Kentucky left hand when we get to the Discord. The people. And shout out to the Discord. Thank you to everybody who's been, you know, we have been about a week and a half or 2 weeks since we had a show because of Cup, but everybody's been having fun in there. So thank you to everybody in the Discord there.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Jay.
So that point broke down crazy, right? Like, we were losing. We started to make a comeback. we weren't sure if he was still in the corner or not. He wasn't really shooting his gun. Like, I thought I put a good shot on him, but that field was hard to read people moving because the blocks are all laying down. So we were just talking normal conversation. I was like, hey, he could be in the snake. He could be in the wing, obviously using our codes. But I was like, he could even be in the corner. But I know Xavi's coming down the Doritos, and that's why I was completely KLH'd all the way around the side, hiding from him. So I was like, Jake, just check him off. Jake's like, I can win this if you let me go. And I was like, bro, go. Like, I'm not stopping you, go. And that's all I said.
That's a Jake thing to say, too.
He went and literally looked at every knuckle in the snake. Then he checked off the wing. And then he just, ran as fast as he could and found him in the corner, stuffed him, and stayed in bounds. Foot definitely touched the line, but he didn't cross it. And then while he's doing that, I put a good snapshot on Xavi. And I guess he was just 2 knees down, disappointed with a goggle shot. And so Jacob gave him a little extra love in the back and then hit the button. So, I mean, it was a sweet move. It looked better than it could have been, because like we thought he was going to bunker the snake guy, but he was still just filling in the corner. And that's where I was saying earlier that Xavi was making his moves. He was putting on the aggression. We countered it and ran down that side, and Jacob stuck him. So that was just how we broke down in practice. Like, we're going to win with aggression, at the right time.
Dude, it's the good old-fashioned Alex Frage pimple theory. You remember pimple theory?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, pimple theory.
I've
So it's like, so Alex would always be like, it's like a pimple when they're putting all the pressure
on one side, pops out the other.
Pops out the other, and that's exactly what Jake did. He really applied the pressure there and went coast to coast and dunked on him. So crazy to open the World Cup finals that way. So it was a 22, and then, he just sealed it up. Crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the first time we've played in the finals since they've done that 2 10-minute halves. So, that's a crucial point to win, because we took a lot of time in that point.
I remember we right before Jason came over and told us the whole laydown, I was like, oh my God, I forgot we're doing 2 10-minute halves. I totally forgot.
Our tech did. Did you know that our tech left at halftime? They went and they celebrated. Yeah, the Lux tech went. He messaged me. He was like, dude, I have no idea. They came right back. They went over there.
That's
and they're like,
hilarious. I didn't know that. I will say, and Ty, I want to talk, because obviously you guys won the previous event. So you've been in this setting. Did you think that, because obviously it's longer game time, it's 5 minutes of more game time. I felt like it was less tiring though, because the 8-minute halftime is like really a full reset almost.
Yeah. I'll give you, and it's super important that you get advantage early so that you can, kind of,
you can dictate that whole first half. Like it's a different game for sure. It's interesting.
It is a completely different game. The time crunch creates a different circumstance of, like, especially on a field like that where you could control it the way that you guys did and really eat the time up if you want. It was a really unique layout because you could go up the middle and get really far. Like in the game that in the Sunday morning against you guys, I was going under your guys' side of the wedge, but it's when I'm there, that's pretty much as far as I can go unless I hop over the snake and start going into the towers and do that kind of stuff. But the edges is really how you can exploit a team if you're able to get, the pressure on the wide, trap them in. There were so many ways that you could trap your opponent and really make them pay on that layout.
Yeah, and it wasn't in the middle you go up and really shoot people in the side too much. Like when you were going up, you were hitting shots. Like you hit several like over the top nice shots, and that would open up the points for you guys. The guys that went up there and tried to wait on a pack or wait on a back typically would eventually get shot in the back because there was just so much in the middle. It was chaotic up there.
That's why I was head on a swivel up there. Like I would go back to the Dorito and back to the snake and back to the Dorito because I was like, I'm not going to let Sheer go and do the Sheer things that he does. So I have to let him know that I'm on him too. It's just a mind game. It's all mind games at the end of the day. That's what's so cool about paintball, and that's what makes all these accomplishments so special. Is you guys are playing top tier paintball, clicking mentally, and putting all these formulas together in order to accomplish the goal, right? So it's really fun to play, fun to watch, and the finals, you just controlled that all the way through. And once you got that big separation, they had to push way too hard into guns, and it just wasn't working for them.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to, score points here and there, but we just knew going into it. They shoot good off the break. They actually do like gunfight, and they push faster down the Doritos typically than they do on the snake. Their snake players don't have the aggressive speed that we have, but they are good gunfighters. So we just tried to avoid their strengths, and we knew that they were going to try to bonus ball, get in people's heads. Like there's actually a video of Keith just taking it, acting like no big deal. And, we were like, if we can do everything to not feed into their strengths, it gives us a better chance. You know, they're not a team that you can take lightly by any means. I mean, I truly do believe we are a better team, you know, roster wise and experience and everything like that. But it's paintball. Anybody can win. You know, the ball, you come out and you head check and the ball's just sitting there waiting for you half the time. I mean, one-on-ones are the most scary part of paintball. So, you know, it's at any given time, that game could have been completely flipped. But, you know, we were able to dictate the pace, like you said, and we stuck to our game plan and it worked for us.
Yeah.
Jason, I want to talk to you about your mentality going into the event. Again, like we kind of touched on, you know, you had 30 days of where your focus wasn't just World Cup. You were literally building the field out at Legacy. You had a lot on your plate, so much going on, and then you were still able to lock in and show up at World Cup and compete and perform the way you did. What does that look like? How do you manage that? You know, there's a lot of players out there that, you know, they have dates, you know, they have regular 9-to-5 jobs and they're also trying to manage that. And they, you know, then go up on, you know, show up on the weekend and they don't perform that well. And they're like, well, I just have so much going on. You overcame all of that. So yeah. How do you do that? What is talk us through that.
I mean, I think that is something that is the difference in I don't want to say an elite player, but a professional, right? For me, paintball is my true life escape, you know, like 3 kids, several different business ventures, you know, obviously hardships in life that we all face here and there. So whether it's, you know, building a field for 30 days or doing a demo on a house or taking care of my kids or, you know, being out with my wife or something like that, once I get to the paintball field, all of that is erased. I mean, I could literally be going bankrupt, having financial problems. I could be building a paintball field. I could be, you know, taking my kids to their first school dance or something. But the second that I cross that net, there's nothing else that goes through my mind. You know, like after we won, I was bummed that like my kids weren't able to come out and see and like, you know, support the win. We had car issues. They ended up staying home with my mother-in-law. But, you know, they got to see the trophy when we brought it home. They got to see it online and stuff like that. But none of that crosses my mind until after the games are played. So once I know I'm going to play paintball, my mind is free of all of life. And I think that's why I still play and why I love it as much as I do, is because it is the truest escape for me.
Just locked in. Yeah.
Yep. It's an active form of meditation for sure. No, man, I agree with you. Compartmentalization, being able to compartmentalize things, for me has always been a huge benefit, you know, and it can be difficult, but yeah, same, no matter what's going on in life. Like when you get to the field, Ty, I know you're the same way. When you get to the field, that's the only thing that matters. And if you can really lock into that, great things could happen. Yeah. None of the other stuff matters. Yeah. It's wild.
100%. And like, if you're not 100% into the game while you're playing it, you will not win. Like, I'm sure we've all experienced that. Like, you know, way back in the day, everyone's probably heard the story where I was a cop, something happened, ended up getting fired. Actually got told I couldn't fly out to the event or else, you know, I could be arrested when I get back because there was an ongoing investigation. I told them they could pick me up on Monday at 3 p.m. when I land and arrest me then, but I'm gonna go play. I went there. I didn't say a single word to anyone, and we won that event. That was the New Jersey one, or not New Jersey. Yeah. It might have been Jersey. It was one of those. But yeah, I mean, I got there. It was raining. It was one of the nastiest events ever. But it just, I was able to escape the whole reality of life while I was there and played great. Like, actually, probably had one of my better tournaments, and we won that event. And that's just being able to shut off the outside world, because the only thing that I care about when I'm playing is my teammates and winning.
Yeah, and you thrived in the rain. Okay. It's like a metaphor. It's a metaphor for the whole picture. You know what I mean? Thriving in the rain. Doesn't matter what the hell's going on. You're right, man. It is a special thing when we're able to, you know, just shut out the outside world and step into this craft that we've been able to work on and hone for decades now. Because you've been playing since let's get the whole scoop. Like, your first time playing, when was that? How old were you?
Oh, dude, I don't even remember. We were actually talking about this at the event. That is one of my worst things. I can't remember years or anything about paintball. It's all blur, but I'm 38
you obviously
now.
Started
I went pro at 15, so
yeah,
I was only playing like 2 years before I went pro, though. Like, I had an accelerated pace to get pro. So, and I never played rec ball either. Like, I think I played 1 or 2 days of rec ball and went to my first tournament. So,
dude, that's badass. Yeah. Similar 2 years and then went pro. I started out with rec ball, but only did that for like, I don't know, maybe a couple months, like 3 months, and then straight into air ball when we still had the tubes in the ground and all that stuff going on, you know? Yeah.
No, I remember, like, I mean, you were younger than I was at that point, and I remember seeing the whole magazine thing about you coming in, your
Yeah.
Bob Long jersey and the Oakland Assassins or whatever, all excited. And I mean,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
crazy how it happens. I mean, we've all been there for so long. And I mean, I think, actually, my wife's boss just asked me the other day, we went to a company retreat with her, and he's like, "So are you done? Like, you did it?" And I'm like, "No, like, there's no one ready to replace us yet. Like, as soon as they come in and they're just that much better than all of us, then sure, maybe I'll step down and coach, or we'll figure it out. But until there's just that much more talent coming in, I'm not quitting."
Well, how do we ensure that we have that much more talent coming in? Because I think that's actually a huge responsibility and a great talking point for us, because we have to make sure that these youngsters, these dogs that are on their way up, are going to be able to play as good and better than what we've shown to be able to play, you know?
I mean, I have my theories on it. I think most people play paintball and try to move up for the wrong reasons, right? None of us tried to play paintball to become rich. We never cared about the money into it. It was all about building bridges, connections, bonds, and friends. And those things can lead you to financial success. I mean, that's how I met CJ, right? Who provided me with a job when I needed it. I moved up through his business. It helped my resume, so on. I've worked for, quite a few people. My brother actually works for Patrick McKenna, who he met in paintball. He has a great job. Several of the Heat guys still work for Pat. And that's the way that you look for success in paintball and in the financial realm. Most people get to the semi-pro play, area, realize how much money they spent, start dogging paintball. I'm never going to make any money doing it. And it's because they're trying to go pro for the wrong reason. You're not going to make the money doing that. You can make the money if you can get good enough to be paid to go do clinics, coach teams, sell your gear, help sponsors, get payments there. But it's all about building connections. If there's people in paintball, a lot of those people are successful outside of paintball. So meeting those people, becoming friends with them, making connections with them, building relationships with them, that can go a long ways. So that's my theory on it. When people stop worrying about how much money they can actually make or how much stuff they can get for free, then the better talent will start to rise into paintball.
Damn. Love that. Yeah, that's never, even to this very moment, been the focal point of why any of us sitting here play paintball. We have this, I don't know, I guess it's a gift. We do have a gift of this game where we understand the nuances and the details of what it takes to navigate the field as a unit out there. And I think that's something that more than ever now, there's more info for them to acquire that type of mentality to understand how to play paintball. But we got to make sure that they're doing it with their heart and the right reasons. And I love that you said that, because it has to be pure, and it has to be for the love of the game. Otherwise, you'll be gone just as soon as you arrived, because you won't be doing it for the right reasons.
I mean, several people quit right when they're hitting that peak, right when they're getting to the point that they could come into pro and make a difference and be a difference maker on a team, or they get pro and then they plateau because it's not what they were expecting. It doesn't matter if you make it to pro, you're still not guaranteed a starting spot. You're going to ride the bench. You're going to have to fight for your spot on the starting line. A lot of people can't handle that. Like my first two professional paintball tournaments, I never even played a single point. Like I sat there, and the All-Americans didn't even know what to do. They just kept telling me, like, "Man, I've never seen someone as young as you with us. I don't know what to do." Like, I mean, they used to just tell me to go stay in the hotel room and buy me a pizza, like when they would go to dinner, because I couldn't drink. I got my first fake ID when I was 16 years old. So like, and that's because I wanted to hang out with
allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
I'm 38, man. That shit's long gone. We're good. But
that's your limitations is past.
And honestly, me sitting the bench made me want to play more. And I mean, to be truthful, that happened this year. This was the most I've ever sat the bench on a team in a long time. The first, most of the season, I was consistently being benched, and I wasn't quite sure why. I'm still good at the game, but it was just we weren't finding the balance with the players that we had, and also all of our games were such a low scoring game that like sometimes only two lines got to play. So even if I wasn't sitting every point, it just felt like it. So going into World Cup, I was like, I'm going to make a difference. Like if I get my position on the field and I get to play, I'm going to make sure people realize like I belong on that field. And a lot of it comes with size, right? Like I'm a bigger guy. So a lot of people, look out and they're like, oh, like let's put the fast guys in, and sometimes that's great. Sometimes it's not, but you have to you have to prove yourself when you're given that opportunity. And a lot of people don't do that. They get out there and they choke. And if they do get shot off the break, they take that as like that's their own personal fault instead of just moving on to the next point, because they're going to get another chance. But, they harbor on that point and it happens again and again and again. So, you just have to get out there and prove that you matter.
Yeah. I want to, one thing that I've thought about quite a bit is I think there's 3 different speeds in paintball. There's your actual running speed, your bunker to bunker speed. And then there's your like speed in your aggression, how quickly you like to get down the field. But something that I think is incredibly underrated and never talked about is your speed within your bunker. And that's how you go from the right side to the left side, back and forth, in and out of your gunfights. And you're one of the fastest in that category. And I maybe I notice it because it's something that I also pride myself on too. Like, I'm not the fastest player. I don't, attack down the field at an incredibly high clip. But like, I'm really active in my bunker. You're really active in your bunker. Now, I think that's a separator when you watch, really high level players. You see how active they are in their bunker because they're collecting information. So you go from the right side and then you quickly are seeing the left field, and then you come back and you're processing stuff at a very fast rate. So
I call it like transitional speed, like how fast you can transition from one side to the other. Something in a lot of my clinics I would always try to teach was every head check is like using a camera. Like when I head check, I'm taking a photo, and that photo stays in my mind, even if I've already been on the other side for 3 other snapshots, because I'm trying to predict what I saw over there is probably going to be different by the time I come back out. Right. So if I saw someone in the Dorito 2, but I've been snap shooting on the opposite side for 3 times for, 8 seconds, they should be in the Dorito 3 by now, probably wrapping if I lost the guy over there. So, I mean, I think that's where players at our level excel, because we're playing multiple steps ahead. That's actually why when we play a lower divisional team or a less ranked pro team, or even if you go out and rep, we get shot way more than we ever should, because they're doing things that you're like, why? Like, why were you laying down in a can? I mean, like, it messes you up because they shouldn't be doing it.
Too. Yeah.
So,
I say that all the time. Whenever I play with like divisional, I'm like, what the hell is going on out here?
Why were you doing that? Why were we doing that? Well, it worked. It fucking shouldn't have. All right.
Yeah,
you shot the guy in the back, but he was in your snake. I don't even know why you were shooting back here. Like, it happens. I mean,
you guys, you're right, March. You're onto something here. There are so many different ways that you can be effective and fast and efficient in different ways on the field. Off the break speed, bunker to bunker, how you press, and then also in the bunker. Those are great points, man.
Yeah, like paintball movements. I see a lot of players, but they're like slow. They go from the right side, and they're, the gun kind of drops. They come over to the left, and I'm like, oh, you're barely semi-pro, and you could tell simply because of that bunker speed. And it's when you see like the really elite players, they are quick in those transitions. Their eyes are always collecting information. These snapshots. I love what you just said, Jason. That's like a really great way to put it. Because yes, exactly. You're looking at something on the right, then you come over to the left, and in the back of your mind, you got to be thinking, okay, so what's going on the right? So when I come back into that side, I can predict where they're at, and part of that, you're also collecting like, okay, do I hear Chris, is he getting tucked in saying this player is going to go, or like, you're absorbing a lot of information, but the speed in which you do all of that is huge. And again, the transition in your bunker itself without actually moving really is a huge indicator of how good of a player you are, to me at least. Like when I'm watching players, I've done a lot of coaching, work with a lot of young and upcoming players. That is a big indicator. Like the players that are really quick in their bunker are usually the better players. It's just the way it is. So I don't know, it's something to be mindful of, and maybe something we should teach. I don't think I've ever, well, I have, we kind of always say, be more active in your bunker, right? Like, don't be so like complacent. Be active in your bunker. Be constantly searching and trying to find information. Doesn't mean like over engage and try to engage in gunfights, but be active.
It's info. Yeah. You got to get the info.
100%.
It looks like we had somebody drop into the chat here. What do we got?
Oh, we got Swaggy. He's in the back. He's just hanging tight in the green room until we bring him in. So, hey, let's dive into the Discord questions. We'll get Jason out of here. He can go hang with the fam. But Jason, we got a question from the Discord. This is from Rignarok Logan. He wants to know, how was getting the team to gel with all the new pickups this year? I think it's probably a question a lot of people would like to know.
Obviously it was harder in the beginning. We're a bunch of alphas on the team, a lot of, big name players. There's always the struggle of, making sure everyone is bonding and getting along. One thing about our team is we speak what we feel, right? And so some people get their feelings hurt, some don't. But the good thing about everyone that we picked up was everyone fed right back into it. We like to joke and we like to give each other a hard time. And if no one's messing with you, then no one likes you. So, I think being able to have multiple new guys instead of just one or two was even better because it gave all of the flying guys an ability to connect and mesh and build their, like, I'm not all about separate, factions or whatever, but there is the group of the fly-ins and then there's the locals and stuff like that. And we were able to actually start going out and bonding together. But as long as they were able to bond, maybe someone said something to hurt Chris Shear's feelings, he can run it off of Marcelo or Mouse or whatever and get their side of it before it actually becomes an issue. But when you're all by yourself going into a team, you don't have that person to convey that feeling to. But that is one thing about our team. Like, we talk a lot of shit to each other. Like, there is never a moment where we're really, truly nice to each other. It's almost like we play this game called I Hate You. But at the same time, that means we actually do like you. So it's a weird thing, but we make it very clear on the team. Like, if we're giving you a hard time, we like you. So please feed back and give us a hard time. And we all did it. I mean, we literally start every practice with Marky and Jacob talking shit to each other until someone's almost too hyped up that they want to play one-on-one. And then, we definitely give everyone a hard time if they make a stupid move in practice or whatever. But then we always say, yeah, keep trying, die on your sword in practice. Like, but why'd you do that? You're an idiot. Like, you should have looked this way. But that's the way we treat each other. And I think that made us bond faster.
That's sports, baby. That's sports there.
Yeah.
Enough love.
That's right.
If I could just add kind of my perspective of it, because obviously being, one of the later pickups this year, kind of being an outsider, again, what you said is spot on. And it's like, you guys are truly a family. I mean, again, you have two brothers on the team, so that's pretty family oriented. But the group, I think being down in Florida where you're so far away from like everyone else, like you guys really have this us against the world mentality. And it's easy for everyone else to kind of buy into that and kind of, have each other's backs in that scenario. But it's also how I was raised. Like my older brothers, my dad, I mean, literally we just shit on each other. That's how you show your love for one another is you just make fun of one another. Like if I'm not making fun of you, then I don't really care about you, like you're just not a friend. So I think the banter has been excellent. And also, like truly the team is just really special in many ways. It really is. And I kind of knew that coming into it, again, being out there with the wrecking crew practices and getting to know you guys over the last couple of years, I really understood like it's a special, unique group of people. So no,
it's us versus the world, we'll be your villains. Like, we don't care. Like, and we've got each other's back regardless. We could be in the complete wrong, but no one's going to know, we're going to stand by each other's side until death.
Yeah, I love that.
And just for clarity, Marcelo wasn't actually defecated on anybody. He's just verbally talking shit. They're shitting on each other.
If that needed clarification, then we can cancel the whole fucking show because that's crazy. If that's where we're at in society, Jesus Christ.
What do you mean? It's funny.
Cheese and rice is what I said for clarification. Cheese and rice. Cheese and rice.
Yeah, man. They weren't actually,
definitely not actually defecating on anyone. No. Good.
Yeah, no, but it's nonstop banter all the way through. You know how it goes. That's just the way it is. It's gonna be all right, March. All right, we got Rounder. We got Rounder here. Jason, when did you take the red pill and be able to dodge that paint when you were the last one alive against the other blue team?
So I would say that comes from the whole time I was on Miami Effect, never winning a point in true NXL. Or never winning a match. We won plenty of points, but when you're the last one alive for several years with 15 balls a second and no mercy rule, you learn to dodge a lot of paint. So
absolutely,
that's actually hilarious, bro. That makes a lot of fucking sense because you were back there looking like you were literally fighting for your entire family's bloodline.
Young Leo.
And 1-on-3. Damn, makes sense. I love it. Nice. All right, we got. Let's go with Alex Harlington. What was your most memorable or favorite behind the scenes story from this season?
Man, there was a lot. Definitely got the roster that I've been trying to get for a very long time, even if it came throughout the season. But, the guys that are on the team have been people that we have tried to pick up for a long, long time. Some unfortunate, scenarios led us to certain players, but, we didn't hold back, didn't care what was going on social media or, internal teams that we weren't on. We took everyone that we wanted and treated them like family as the second they got on the team. I'd say that was probably it. We got the roster we wanted and we bonded and we all clicked. And we literally said our goal was to win World Cup, do as good as we could in the season. But with this many new people and all these growing pains, it was going to be extremely hard. But we will win World Cup if we all, buy in, and we did.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. You guys rock.
All right, we got iconic paintball. What was the dinner for Jay after World Cup win? He says if his question doesn't get answered, he's going to start a riot. Start a riot in the chat. Let's go, Quinn.
We went to Charlie's. That's the typical, World Cup dinner. I'm not one of those people that order the surf and turf and go crazy, but definitely got myself a nice steak, and we got some bottles of wine, and I think we had enough appetizers to feed half of Florida. So, I don't know who ordered them all. I think I ordered a couple, but I think everyone else kind of chimed in and got some too. And obviously CJ came to dinner, and, the team doesn't exist without CJ Botsolis. And when he comes to dinner, there's way too much food to eat. So there was a lot of food and to-go boxes, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh man, he's the man. He's the man. Let's see. I want to ask this question. We already answered it, but he's such a fan. He said, so AAF JRT wants to know, he said, Jason, #1 Tampa Bay Damage fan here. Firstly, thank you for doing everything you did to keep Damage alive when times are looking grim. What was going through your mind on that jump shot in the 1-on-3? He says 1-on-4, but I think it was a 1-on-3.
It was 1-on-3, yeah.
Was Joe already shooting the right side of your bunker? And PS, did you know the picker had to change your loader right before the last point, or right before that point?
Someone changed my loader?
I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
No. I mean, I think they cleaned it. We definitely broke paint in our loaders pretty consistently, but
okay.
No, I mean, the jump shot, obviously the can was already leaning, stakes were coming out and stuff like that. So the jump wasn't as high as it needed to be. But they're down points. What's he going to do? If he's not hitting any of the original first couple snapshots, that's what we talked about earlier. I would consistently check over the top, check left, check right, predict what he was doing. Joe is left-hand dominant 100%. So I knew he was going to streak left-handed and try to apply the pressure. So when I came out on the left side with my KLH, I realized he's got a lot of stuff blocking me. So he's probably going to be in full speed, and he should be shooting at the right side of my bunker. So I knew if I jumped over the top, I had a clear shot to aim. As I came over the top, I saw my barrel was pointed exactly where I wanted the ball to go. The ball came out straight, and I didn't even give him the satisfaction of looking. Like, I knew the ball hit and just turned and started walking. So, Joe's a great player, but when you hit that shot, Tyler's done some jump shots. You've done them. Like, you just know when you put that ball and it's there. Honestly, I didn't even know he fell. Like, because I shot him before he fell.
He fell hard.
But yes, he did. And kudos to him. He was trying. Like, he did everything he could to try to get that point. But and that's what fed me the kill though. Like, we're up on points. He's going. He's left-handed. And those are things that in pro we learned. Like, we know what most of us are doing. So that's part of that build your paintball IQ.
Dude, he hit the sand 100%. Trap. He got trapped. Yeah,
as Ryan would say, right? One of the most atrocious, fields that he's played on. I saw that little clip, but it was rough, and that anywhere around a starting gate, being a field owner, the starting gate is probably the hardest part of the field to maintain. So,
oh yeah.
All right, we got another food question. This one's from Verbal. He is out there taking all the dopest videos and photos.
Yeah.
He's wondering your favorite food and your favorite place to eat it.
Ooh, I'm Florida guy, so steak and potatoes. And honestly, CJ treated me and my wife to Burns when we went and I proposed to her. So Burns Steakhouse is one of the most famous steakhouses in Tampa, and it is phenomenal. It's kind of crazy. You have to have a reservation to actually eat at the restaurant, but then also a separate one to go to the dessert room. So
holy shit,
it's epic.
Wow.
Yeah, and they have a wine cellar underneath that's like completely insulated with old newspaper. It looks like something out of a TV show. It's wild there. But that place that's epic. If you ever want to treat yourself in Tampa, you go to Burns Steakhouse.
Hell yeah.
Epic. Jason, last question. and we're gonna let you go before we bring Swaggy in. And it's actually two questions are in the same thing, but I want to say Rye Guy 156 lift and rips. He wants to know, Jason, do you actually know how to shoot with your left hand? That's a joke. He says in jest. The real question is from Fab. He says, I'm by no means judging you. You are a beast at gunfighting, but when you shoot out of the left side of your bunker, you have a unique style where you tend to keep your gun in your right hand. Can you please elaborate on why you do this?
Okay,
So I am right-handed in most things, but actually shooting, playing pool, or putting in golf, I'm left-handed. Right in anything with power, I'm right-handed. So I'm actually left eye dominant too. So I'm more accurate if I actually do shoot left-handed, but I actually KLH, which is the crosshand shoot, more often than not, because I look at it as a bait. Like if you come out and you see a larger target, you're more prone to come out and expose more of your body and or want to gunfight me, but I'm very accurate at it. So I use it to bait you into the gunfight, because Paintball IQ states that most people on Damage are really good gunfighters. So a lot of people won't gunfight us. So if they see an exposed target, they tend to get greedy and go for it.
That's really why you do that?
Yeah. And I can transition even faster.
You're a psychopath, bro. You're a psychopath. I love it. That's crazy shit.
Yeah.
That is
but actually,
crazy.
I am left eye dominant. Like, so when I was a cop, like I actually preferred to shoot all my pistol left-handed at all times, but I was quicker at drawing right-handed. So I wore it on the right side of my belt. And then, if I was to use a rifle, I preferred left-handed on that as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, hey, you're damn good at it. So keep doing it.
One of the best.
I mean, every clinic starts with "Don't do what I do, just do what I say." Because I'm the ugliest paintball player on the field, but it works for me.
Well, that's actually a good trick to teach people too, because it works. It does work. I know I do it. Sure, countless others do it out there, and you're right. It does kind of lure people into like, oh, what's happening over here? We're gonna fight that a little harder, and then you send a good one in, and that's it.
Yeah, you bait them into it, and I mean, it makes them feel like shit. They stand up, they had that full body, they missed that shot, but you hit them with it. And I mean, if you can hit them the goggles, that makes it that much better.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Buries them.
Jay, you're the man, bro. Thank you for joining us again. Just
congrats.
Huge congrats on the MVP. Much deserved. Everything you do for the team, everything you do for paintball out in South Florida. It all has kind of led to this point, man. And honestly, I can't think of anybody more deserving. So please make sure to give some shout outs. Like, where can people follow the field? Obviously the Hate brand, everything that you have going on, Tampa Bay Damage, the whole stuff. Make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, so most competitive field in Florida. Obviously had the most champions at World Cup is Legacy Sports Park in Florida. It's in Lakeland. Yeah, I mean, it was us, Rejects D2, Shock Semi-Pro got second, Wreck and Crew got first in Semi-Pro, and the Heroines got first in WNXL, all practiced at Legacy before Cup. So if you want competition, that's the place to go. It's, originally was Central Florida Paintball, but it's Legacy now. It's in Lakeland. For the Hate brand, it's wearhate.com. We always do a lot of custom products, custom luxes, and it's all typically limited edition. We are getting ready to launch a whole new, series of product coming into the new year. We kind of stalled off for a little bit to try to see what was going to happen with the economy and everything, but we're definitely coming in full force for next season, and that'll be dropping pretty much around Christmas time. And then
what does HATE stand for?
So the acronym is Heart, Attitude, Teamwork, and Execution, right? Which is like the 4 fundamentals to win in sports. But it also is hate. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, it is when I'm on the field, the only people that matter are the people that are on my team. So if you're continuing forward, you're going to receive extra paint. If I need to get in your head, you're going to receive extra shots. Like, it's an aggressive sport. It's not UFC by any means, but it's my version of UFC. And I don't go out there while the game is going on looking at you as a friend, but immediately after every, button is pushed and or the game is done, we can all be friends after. So it's an aggressive game in my mindset.
For an hour.
Play. Yep, enemies for an hour. And James Creek, I'll give him that credit. We worked at Virtue together. We were heading to a game to actually play against each other. The two brothers in James Creek were all Uprising. I was Damage. It was hard to work with 3 guys on an opposing team, but he said it right before we went and played. He was like, enemies for an hour, because we were really good friends. And, we bonus balled the shit out of each other, like on purpose, like that whole game. But it was just, almost like a compliment. I take getting bonus balled as a compliment. You don't want me back in the next point. So I wish everyone would view paintball that way. It's fun. Like, enjoy it. Dude,
I know. It's the best. It's truly the best. I'm trying to get you in a tank.
Always got to give CJ Botsolas the final thank you, because if it wasn't for him, this team does not exist.
Yeah, he is the man. Shout out to
He's
CJ.
fucking
Shout out
best,
to all
man.
the teams that trained out there and got first place. Way to be, way to train, way to work, and bring it home. And congratulations again, brother. Way to be out there.
Thank you very much.
There he is.
We're bringing Swaggy in. Sorry, I didn't give Keith any notice. I just like, oh, we're bringing you in.
I'm like over here on my phone, bro.
Yeah, I just well, good thing you weren't doing something else. But I just wanted to make sure you could say hi to Jason.
What up, Jay?
What up, dude? You look like
That's
you're
the
streaming
captain.
over
That's
there,
the captain.
dude.
Yeah, that's my setup, dude. I can't help it.
I like it.
It is what it
yeah.
is.
We kept Keith a little longer than we told him. I'm sorry, bro. I know
All
you got
good.
some Call of Duty to play.
Yeah, something like that.
Mouse is in the lobby crying right now, waiting for you.
He's very temperamental.
He's always
Yeah.
on, bro. I always
Yeah.
see him.
That's
What they doing
hilarious.
in there?
Thank you,
Well, you
Jay.
guys
We love you,
enjoy.
bro.
Absolutely,
Congrats
guys.
again,
I do.
man. Amazing.
Thank you. See
Later,
you guys.
Jay.
What up, Keith?
Swaggy.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Doing
bro,
okay.
we're good.
Not as good as you
Okay.
right now, but doing all right. Congratulations
Sorry,
on the
Tyler.
big win. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. I
Good job out
appreciate you.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, well deserved. Like I was telling, Jason and this Marcelo guy, you guys played some pretty damn good paintball.
Yeah, we finally figured it out, dude. It
Yeah.
only took all year.
Well, I'm sure us dropping a documentary and winning the last tournament didn't help either.
I mean, that's a little motivation, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, I'm sure that
I see
didn't
this
help.
commercial by accident. You know what I mean? I'm like, hold on,
Hold
But-
on.
hold
Yeah,
on, man.
Yeah.
Let's finish the commercial. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
run that shit, bro.
Shit.
Hey, run it.
Brett
Run
was
it.
like, "Hey, check this. Let's do it on your show."
I like it. I
Fuck,
like
really, Brett?
it. I
Really?
like it.
But honestly, that shit's good. That's what sports are about. Period.
no,
That's
it
what
was-
sports are about.
it was a grind,
You're
bro.
gonna have these storylines, and they want to create and build things out of whatever they want to create and build things out of. And if we want to reach the next level, we're gonna have to have that. Period. We're
I
gonna
think
have
it
to
was-
have it.
Yeah,
We're
no,
gonna have
was
to have
good.
it. Because I'll tell you what, I guarantee you, I would actually, I don't know if you have insight on this, Ty. Sorry, I know you want to say something, but I don't know if you have insight on this. I wonder if our game on Sunday was one of the most watched matches, even over the finals. I wonder if that was the most aired on Ghost.
I know that was the match that everybody wanted to see. That was the
Yeah.
one.
Totally.
So I wouldn't doubt that it probably did okay numbers on that. But hey, there's a new documentary coming out, and it's going to be amazing. And you guys won now, so congrats on the new doc that's coming out.
Is there though? I don't know if they're still doing it because I think Bart was behind the previous one, so he might
Well,
just stop right
Kukuza's
there.
cooking
Just going-
something. Kukuza's got something going.
We need
Yeah.
all this content. I hope that there is. I really truly
Yeah,
do.
totally.
I know this show is kind of sponsored by hate, but I'm no hater. I want everybody to do well,
That's it.
and it's all love for paintball, all love for the game. I'll always be saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like March had to dip out, but Keith, what's going on? What do you got going on, dude? How's it been? You've been champ for a couple weeks. What have you been doing? You partying? What's happening?
No, dude. Honestly, I'm just trying to get back to my routine. It's been a little bit rough, dude. I went to the gym yesterday. Was my first day back. Tyler, it was rough, dog.
I know I'm back in there. I know what you mean.
I had a hard day.
Yeah, I
It
just
was-
went for like
it
a
was
long
fun to
run.
get back, but you know how that goes, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's sore, but as long as you got like, the recovery stuff. I've been doing red light therapy in the water, the
That's
cold
what
water.
saved me.
Yeah.
I
It's
say
good.
that a lot, dude. Is red light actually saved me? Last year with my knee was destroyed, and just having like red light actually.
So what's your take on the red light stuff? Because there's a lot of, people say this and that about it, but what
Well,
do you
here's the thing. There's no negative, as you know.
Yeah.
And
Good.
and you know how like it's one of those things where you do that extra research because you're kind of like, I mean, bro, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of weird.
You got to
'cause it's
dive in
almost-
on it.
It
Yeah.
almost seems like you're doing nothing, but it's so
Yeah.
beneficial. It's actually crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
It
I've
is.
only done like peptides like a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and no, but the red light actually fixed my knee.
Yeah, and the peptides with the red light, I'm sure that was a good
That's
mixture
a
there.
W. Yeah,
Were you
yeah,
working
yeah.
with Phil Veach?
No. I actually ended up getting my stuff from JMac. JMac sent me the
J Mac, let's
yeah,
go.
bro. Yeah. Legend.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, no, he actually plugged me in with it's called Swiss Chems or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a good website. Good
Nice.
good products and stuff like that.
Yep. And then
So, yeah.
March does the cold therapy as well. Red light, all that good
Mikey
stuff.
just left Impact.
Is that what's going on?
It's a text I just got.
Damn.
Where to?
I have no clue. I'm
Tyler's sitting here with you, bro. He's like,
Yeah.
hold on.
Shit, I didn't even. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm here with you guys.
Yeah.
So that's
Damn.
I guess news. There's some news for the world out there.
That's some big news.
Damn,
I wonder
that's
where
crazy.
to. Russians?
I mean, they wanted him.
Maybe.
I'll
Damn,
text
that's
him.
crazy.
It
Yeah.
was a good landing spot for him.
Man, Mikey's so good. I felt like he had a really good World Cup too.
Mikey's a dog, dude. He's one of my favorite paintball players. I've spoken about him tirelessly on the show.
One of the best teammates you could have, truly.
Yeah, I love you, Mike. And geez, I'm gonna have to tap in with him after I get off the show here. But yeah, Keith.
Just literally got that text. But we're talking about cold plunges.
Yeah, we're talking about just
all the good
recovery.
stuff.
We were getting into he said he's been getting back into the gym because it's been a couple weeks. He's been ripping it, raging out.
Raging, March.
Heard that.
Raging.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And when I say raging, I actually got so sick.
Oh no.
Bro,
Like, what do you mean?
After the event, remember I told you I got sick
yeah.
immediately.
Actually sick.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like I felt horrible.
Bro, we were
That
all
night-
sick, bro.
Actually, your girl was like, "When's the last time you won it?" And I just peeled off.
You just
Yeah,
left.
Taylor, she was trying to get me to like go out with them. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
was already in my
exactly.
car. I
Yeah,
felt
we're like, come on,
horrible,
when's the
bro.
last time you did this?
When's the last
Come on
time you
now,
won?
We're going to Old Town. And you're
Go
like,
left.
I'm out.
I'm out of here.
Don't matter.
It was bad, bro. I was down bad.
Sahar was
That's
trying to
sad.
get everyone to rally.
I feel it. I definitely feel it. I would have, but I felt horrible.
Yeah, dude,
so
I
bad.
did too,
I just got
bro.
over it.
When we were at Charlie's, I literally had 2 bites of my steak.
Oh
threw up.
man. Yep.
I ordered
Damn.
1 glass of wine. I couldn't finish it.
Damn.
Dude, it was not a celebration. Like
I
was
hurt.
I was fighting for my life at that dinner. Mouse was all fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Did you guys
crazy.
go somewhere or no?
We did. We went over to like that new Old Town area for a little bit.
Yeah.
We went to like one bar with Skinny. It was like, it was terrible. And then we went home, Yeah, we did not do anything worth writing about. That's for sure. And then my flight the next morning. Oh man, my flight was at 5:30 in the
Oh
morning. So we're
no!
at the
Why'd you do
airport.
that?
Well, because
5:30.
I thought we were doing a show
Yo.
Tuesday. I didn't know Ty was at Disney until Thursday, and then we were leaving Wednesday. So I wanted to get home and have like an all day Monday to like recover, and then Tuesday we'd like maybe do a show, and then Wednesday I leave. I'm like, okay, that's good. I got home. Well, first of all, I got to the airport Monday, and I ran into Yaya in the lounge, and so I'm dying, and Yaya is the last person you want to see when you're dying because he's just always so full of life.
Oh yeah,
You're
he'll
like,
never stop.
you're like, oh God, we got to talk.
Yeah, that's the boy though.
He's the boy, he's the man.
Yeah.
And then then I got home and like really just tried to recover for a couple days before we went to Mexico. And finally was feeling better. But it was crazy, dude. Sunday I was like, my body was just, I don't know if it was because it wasn't, Ty, you already said, like, it wasn't that hot. It's not like I was super dehydrated,
bro. It was nice.
It was like a mix of just emotion, the energy. I guess
And
you
we got
also add the
sick, though.
3-man, and we got sick. Exactly. And we were sick. I was like, dude,
Oh, man.
I am unwell.
Mouse had the bug, dude.
Yeah.
He had the
What's
bug.
funny is this year, every time I went to Florida, I feel like I got sick. Like you guys just stay sick out there. I'm
Dude,
like,
I've gotten
dude,
sick at least 4 to 5 times this year.
like, bro, we got to fix that next year. We can't be showing
Before
up to these events.
Cincinnati, I had these things on my face, Tyler, where they said I had such a hot fever that I had like blisters on my face.
What?
Yeah, it was like my skin was burning.
Yo,
Bro, I was so sick. It was crazy.
Was it during this like summertime
Yeah, it was during the summertime. And I went to practice on Thursday, bro,
Oh,
and I had chills.
That's
Huh?
fucked.
It was 95 degrees. Dude, it was the craziest thing in my life, bro. But I actually, this is a sad thing, but I say it's from the sauna. I went in the sauna. That was the only thing that I did that week, and I must have went. And somebody, obviously was sick before I went in there.
Well,
and they just did it to me.
It's not just from going in the sauna. So, like, if you go in the sauna and you put your hands on the wood and then you touch your face, or you're in the gym and you lift weights and then you touch your face. Like, I try so hard to. I don't think that's what it was, Keith. I think the squad was sick, and then I think the kids, because we have so many kids. There's so many kids. There's so many kids. They all got so many kids. They all got the kids, and they're all sick every weekend. I think they come and then we high five and we talk and we're in. I think I'm blaming them. I'm blaming them, bro. I'm for sure blaming them because I've been going to the gym for a long time before events, and I never been sick this much.
Dude, it was crazy, bro. Yeah, it's no joke.
Damn kids. Everyone's got 4 kids, 5 kids. They're all in school. They're all touching germs everywhere. They're coming home.
This is true.
I'm telling you,
they're all just picking their noses and wiping it. And,
I'm telling you, bro.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
I'm telling you, that's what it is, bro.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, it's brutal when you get sick and you have to play paintball. I don't know if it's just because when we were younger, we would get sick all the time. Our water heaters would break and we'd be out, raging and partying. So
we just didn't care.
Yeah, when I get sick and I play paintball, it's usually pretty manageable as long as I don't have a crazy fever. But it's brutal, recovering because we're yelling all day. You're breathing in all this dirt. Yeah. It's horrible.
Oh, yeah. Just also, so I just realized I didn't break that news. I guess they just said that on Spick and Span show.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Maybe it's not true.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy.
Whatever they say over on that show is usually it's 40% accurate.
Yeah, I guess we're going to find out.
What's his name is way more accurate than that. For soup.
Scotty.
Yeah. Shout out to Scotty.
Homie be on it. Who the hell's giving him? Who's giving him this info?
He's got a coalition.
Hey, you feel me?
I know. We all know.
Tyler,
yeah.
Why are we giving this? Who?
He's got a coalition.
He's got a coalition.
He's plugged in, bro.
He's plugged in, bro. He's plugged in.
I like
it. He's built out a decent network these days.
I get the randoms that send me his stuff. You know what I mean? I'm like, who is this? And I look at him like, that can't be true.
Yeah,
I later.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his coalition's massive. And shout out to Scotty. I hope you're doing good, bro. I know somebody broke into his stuff, but sending good energy your way. Hope everything's going good, dude. Yeah, it's never good when that stuff happens. But yeah, it's been crazy. Also, I mean, we lost a couple ballers. Clint Johnson is retiring from Diesel. Phenomenal paintball player. And then I think BJ as well from Diesel as well.
Yeah, BJ retired too, yeah.
Those are 2 big time players that are leaving Diesel there.
They've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to pivot on that because those aren't just some slouch players. Those guys carry a big workload for the team out there.
On that team, yeah, they do.
And they were starters at this point, so you're not wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Fill in for starters. That's no joke.
Well, we'll probably start seeing some stuff there.
Swaggy, let's I want to talk about World Cup with you a little bit because again, going back and watching some of the games, it's tough. I was talking to Jason about it. I didn't even know Jacob made that coast to coast move in the finals, the first point.
I watched it.
You guys were oh, coast to coast move. I'm like, what do you mean? When I watched it, it was just the most ridiculous thing ever. You left the snake corner and bunkered the snake corner. I think that's
bunkered the snake corner on a busted ankle, though. I don't know if you knew this.
No, I did. I mean, Jacob was tearing up, bro. He was tearing up on Sunday, and I'm like, yo, Jacob might not be good to go, but he was good to go. Jacob doesn't give a shit. He's gonna always be good to go. And so then to go back and watch that, I'm like, that is the most Jacob move of all time. To go coast to coast and bunker someone. We were talking about making fat moves.
That's true. Remember?
He made the biggest move. But no, man, I want to talk because again, going back and watching Keith, you saved us in so many points. There were so many. There was actually a point against Impact where you were in the snake and you popped over the top, shoot the back center. You had so many moments like that where your shot was so dialed in. I want to talk to you about your headspace going into World Cup and where you were pulling that motivation from and what you were doing. I don't know about differently. He's always been a dog. You're a fucking top 3 snake guy in the world, maybe to ever play the game. And to put it together on that stage, what was your mindset like going into this event? And how are you feeling?
Well, thank you, March. I
second that as well. That's without a doubt.
Thank you guys. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard work, bro. Who was I telling this week? But they were like, "Oh, what do you think you're gonna do like this week?" And I said, "I'm actually gonna go to the field. We're actually gonna go out there. We have to do a couple interviews with Kukuza. So I mean, dude, we've been doing this now for 11 months straight of nothing but grind. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, just coming together and then those shots actually just connecting. That's just part of it.
Yeah.
It's just hard work, bro. There's no gimmicks to what we do out here. Tyler, you know this. The way you line up those shots, man, you practiced it 1.5 million times before you even take the shot. You already know that that's going to connect before you even shoot it because you just know. You're like, bro, I've already trained this so much. So it just comes down to the hard work, March, as you know, and that's just it, man.
Yeah,
and,
well, nobody works harder than you, man, honestly. And we see the work ethic on the gram and how you devote your life to this. Not just, you know, the physicality. You're one of the most athletic players in the league, but the mental aspect, like you said, you know, of understanding all the nuances of how you're going to play your position, when you're going to take that shot. You really pushed your game to a new level as you moved into Cup there, and it showed, you know, on the biggest stage out there, Keith. So
thank you, bro.
Tip my hat to you, dog. You really balled out there.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. I mean,
well, also mom was out
easy.
there too, Ty.
Yeah, let's go.
I can't. And listen, if I play bad in front of mom, she's gonna let me have it, dude. So there's none of that, you know. Like there's just you can't be doing that, bro.
Yeah, we need to bring mom to all these damn events. The hell?
Yeah, it sounds like
mom's got to come to all the events. I'm gonna hit her up and say, you could write this off from real estate, right? You just go look at one property while you're
She
out
literally
there. You know?
could
Go look at one property. The whole trip is a business trip. You're good. Come watch your boy play.
that's got to be in the contract.
It might be a move.
Yeah.
It might be a move.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always special playing in front of moms, man, for sure. That's amazing. And then giving her a big old hug after it's all said and done, you know, that energy, those moments are timeless.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Keith, we got some questions from the Discord. We'll kind of sprinkle these in as we chat with you, but one that I want to ask from CM Harry, he goes, with Damage winning Cup, does that mean you guys are going to leave the team where you guys are and see what the group can do together? And also, when will Damage make a custom milled Lux? I don't think he realizes that's probably not a question for you, but
I mean, I'm sure we'll make a Lux. I don't know if it'll be custom milled because that actually costs a lot of money. That's very, very expensive. And I think how many do you have to do? You have to do like a couple hundred.
200.
200.
Yeah.
Minimum, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what looks good is that deep laser engraving that they've been doing.
Yeah. Which I think they've been doing a great job with.
Yeah.
And you can do like 30 of those.
That's right. You
Right.
can do a smaller run on those. That'd be a good look.
Yeah, I bet we'll do a whole bunch, but they got the new gun coming out, and it looks sweet, by the way. I don't know. They did so much to it. I didn't even actually get a chance to go check it out myself, but I actually watched a YouTube video the other day on it. You know what I mean? Like that's because I was like, man, they actually did a lot to change it. Lux Air, shout out.
Yeah, they're always working hard over there. Yeah, they got a good squad with Moorhead. He's
Yep.
Yeah, and then all right, I got one from Verb.
Hold on, Keith. The first part of the question was the important part. With Damage winning Cup, does that mean you guys are going to leave the team where you guys are? So I guess
why would I leave the team?
No. Like, are you going to add players? You know, remove players? He's like,
don't leave the team.
Question is, this just in, Keith.
If anyone leaves, they're getting an ass whoop, bro.
Straight up. Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah.
If anyone leaves at this time, CJ's just gonna fly and just whoop that ass and then just go back home, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be like, what's wrong with you?
Idiots. True.
No, I don't believe anybody is we have no reason to.
Yep.
We got the best owner in the game. You know what I mean? The boy is chilling and
truly. I think he's the best kept secret in paintball. I kept saying this to you guys. I'm like, I didn't realize CJ was this guy. He got
a 4-pack at Cup, bro.
Which is crazy.
Who else
on Sunday? On Sunday. That's actually
he's 48 years old.
Actually,
I don't think people understand that he ran Snake on the break and got the first kill. Well, I think we shot a guy off the break, but then he got the next kill.
It's actually nuts. He was
ran
in
through.
the move of the day on Sunday. Like, that's
Bro,
crazy.
It is crazy.
But he's always been good like that.
He has.
Oh,
He
yeah,
has.
for
Yeah.
sure.
He's a
Honestly, the
beast.
field layout was really good too. So it
Yeah.
gave him opportunity. And
Yeah.
he goes, "Should I bunker this guy?" I'm like,
Hell yeah.
"Go,
Yeah.
Go.
go eat." Bro.
Go. I love that.
Get him.
That's
Get
the
him.
boy. That's the
All right.
boy.
We got Verb. He's wondering your favorite food. He asked all of our guests favorite food, favorite place to eat it. Is it with moms? What do we got?
Ooh, that's pretty tough though. I would say
know.
favorite food is definitely like lasagna.
Mm.
Ooh.
I do like a
what, bro?
lasagna. But from
yeah.
where right now, I don't know because I've moved so much, right? That it's kind of like, I don't know. Mom's
Did you just
lasagna is
move
obviously
Bro, I gotta
fire.
make some
I
lasagna
just
for you,
moved
dude.
again.
I didn't know you
Damn.
fucked with Italian food like that.
Yeah. That's the gas.
That's the guess.
I gotta make some lasagna for you. It'll be life
I
changing.
don't know where though, Verb. I'm blanking on this. So actually, I might need to go to some local spots.
Where? So you're still in? Where are you at? You're in Florida
I'm in
still?
Orlando now, but like before, I was on like another part. It was nice, but not another nice part. But the traffic was insane.
Mm.
So now I'm actually like right by the airport.
There we go.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's convenient.
All right, Keith. OG Cole wants to know, Keith, who's faster, you or Mouse? He wants to know who's faster in running a straight 40 with no gear, and who's faster on the field with gear, and then third, who's faster crawling down the snake?
I mean, Mouse is faster, bro.
Damn.
But-
Real.
Yeah, I mean, I've raced him enough to know I don't want to do that anymore.
Yo.
Yeah, I've never
Like, you
seen him
get-
lose a race.
Bro, I beat him one time and he was so eager to do it again. And I'm like,
You
I
never
got a
should have done it
match,
again.
bro. I got a match. I don't give a damn about this racing. Like, that's how I always am, though. I'm not gonna lie. I am very competitive.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose, bro. I don't
Yeah.
want to lose in damn anything, bro.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
see me lose a point on a random Sunday. I look like someone that kicked my damn dog, bro.
Yeah.
Like something wrong. And I'm talking about like it literally
So
doesn't
cool.
matter at all.
Yeah, I know. I feel you. I feel you.
But yeah, I've raced them enough to know that there is no reason for me to really need to do that again in my life.
That's
if you
funny
guys want to
'cause
race them, you guys can. Because
this year when he was like coming to the team, I was like, Keith, I think Keith is faster than you this year. Because like after that event in Atlantic City, the way you were running, I was like, I don't know, bro. I haven't seen speed like that on the field. And he was pissed. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like,
dude.
perfect. I have you exactly where I want you.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, you
Yeah,
guys
he
are
gets
just
the
both
nod.
just absolute phenoms,
I think
man.
I'm faster
Yeah.
on the ground though.
Yeah, crawling?
Yeah, crawling.
All right, we got to have a crawl off. We're gonna see what's going
I
on.
love it. Dogs. Dogs.
Damn, you know he'll be like, all right.
I don't think he wants the crawling though. I don't think he cares about that.
No,
The straight up speed, he's
dude, I've
elite
never
speed, bro.
seen him lose. I've watched him
Bro.
race quite a few times, and yeah, he's really fast. Actually, Logan in the Discord, he's wondering how has it been playing with Mouse.
It's a blessing, bro. I mean, he's one of the best, if not the best, to ever have done it in the snake. And he gives me a really good break, but also when I'm breaking, I'm able to see another elite do it. So I'm able to pick things from his game and put it into mine.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot more to it than just, me and him running fast or whatever the case is. Like the dude is elite when it comes to like the way he listens and assesses the situation is just next level. So he's just an elite player, period.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah. Swaggy, my last question from the Discord. AAFJRT wants to know, did your mom always fully support your paintball dreams? If not, how long did it take?
She always supported it, but she didn't think that it was that necessary in the beginning. Because I was obsessed, bro. You got to think about it like that. And when I started, I was really good at baseball, like really, 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 really good. So she kind of looked at it as if like it's just kind of taken away from what's could ultimately be the most beneficial for you. You know what I mean? So
Right.
she wasn't always like on board as being like, oh, this could be like what it is for me now, and it's my life, bro. And I enjoy every moment of it. And I actually had so many recent conversations about it because I've had so many people leave and come back now and they see where I'm at and they're like, damn, I wish I could have done what you've done. You know what I mean?
Totally.
But on the other side of things, they got families, all that other good stuff. I'm kind of, got the solo mission going, and I don't mind the mission though, bro. The mission is everything I've ever asked for.
You're dominating, dude. Yeah,
it's a blessing.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so wait, you're saying, all right, here's a question.
Mhm.
MLB or MLPB? I know
dude. All right, if we could get the paycheck,
I know, but no money. Just cancel the money. Sports.
I'm going paintball.
Paintball
sure.
all day.
Yeah. All right, so I understand this is going to be a lot.
You can't beat paintball.
I'm gonna expand this kind of a little too much.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do it. All right, bro. No 3-man.
Okay.
That's not the wave.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. This is not how the game should be viewed and seen. Plus, like what you're able to get away with in the 3-man, you don't need the best of the best to get through what in the 3-man. Obviously, the skill set and that's a whole nother thing. But I'm talking about like pure speed. You need like all the things that you need in the paintball comes from the 5-man game because, dude, you don't have to run and you can play the pocket every game if you wanted to, or you're just running around like a maniac. Like there's just like the game is not the same. And I feel like the 5-on-5 game, the way it's broadcasted and everything is the meta. You know what I mean? Like it's like, bro, like I said, it comes down to like the most elite athlete and all that other stuff. You need that in the 5-on-5, bro. If you don't have that in the 5-on-5, you're kind of missing a huge hole or whatever it is. You need the fast guys, you need the tall guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of it actually comes into account in the 5-on-5. I think in the 3-on-3, it just doesn't kind of hit the same.
Is there any adaptations or anything that you would like to see added to the game? I know we've talked about incentivizing movement, incentivizing like the way that even we keep track of the points to incentivize for more points scored, gives you a better chance.
There's a couple concepts that I actually have, and I think that more bunkers isn't the issue. I think it's just always about how it's laid out. A lot of people say, "Oh, there's more bunkers, so you're like not moving," and that's so stupid. That's like the dumbest thing I ever heard. If there's less bunkers, homie, you ain't going nowhere, bro. Like it's just like the dude, like they don't really thinking about like the real thing. And then the other thing I said, bro, if you can lay down, if you put more snake beams on a field, you're giving a person an opportunity to lay down. If you are laying down, you cannot get pinched out, brother. What are we talking about? I mean, like, if
that's more bunkers. That's more bunkers.
No, it's not even. No. It's not about the bunkers. It's about what the bunker is now. Now you're talking about something where you can lay down.
Yeah, March, you got movement.
If like, all right, go back to Texas, right?
I like
on the Dorito side. I'm gonna give you the perfect example. Yeah. Homie used to got in a wedge, right? He did not have to look at the wire because it was not even there. There was a brick that covered the whole thing. Yeah. So realistically, homie could sit there with his gun in his lap and do absolutely nothing, not even get pinched out from the snake, not get pinched out by the Doritos. He didn't have to do anything. You want to know why? Because there was no angles to be shot at him. But like it's the same thing for like if there's a guy like if there was a beam there or something like that, he could just lay down. It's the same difference. Like I'm like, bro, you gotta be able to pinch people out. The reason why you go down the field is to work angles. If I can't work any angles because homie's laying down, then it's stupid, bro. It is.
That's actually fucking hilarious.
I know I'm
laying down. Coming from the snake guy.
Down, like
coming from the snake guy that's always laying down.
But like I had to get there to do it. This guy's laying down in a Dorito thing, bro. Stop it. You know what I mean? Like this is no, man, no. No more to the. You can put more bunkers a little bit on the field, but like the snake beans, what are we doing with that? We have a corner and laying down.
It's funny as shit,
bro.
That's great. We have a new bunker that we're getting for the next season. You've seen this thing, right?
Starfish, dude. I like it.
Yep. So we got We got
it might
that
be better
development.
than what is it, an extra wedge? We have?
Yeah,
think
they're
that-
getting rid of. They're pulling away 2 of the wedges, 2 of the 4 wedges, and replacing it with the 2
It
starfish.
might help though.
I think it'll help. I do, because you can see over them.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I think
They're
it's gonna help a
short.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not as tall as the wedge, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
thing is the back, though. Like you don't.
Someone
need
could be hiding in the corner.
You don't
In-
need that.
Someone
You
could be hiding in the corner.
don't need the back.
Yeah.
You don't need something that can hide, bro. If you can't hide anymore, then you need to die, bro, or go forward, because there's no reason for you to just be in there anymore. Like they've already worked they flanked you.
Yeah,
If
got
you want to go military terms, they flanked you, bro.
Yeah.
They got you.
They got-
You can't just lay down now. Come on, bro. We need to really think about these things, or just bring
This
me
is
in,
good.
bro. I'll let y'all know, bro. I'll let y'all.
Yeah, if they
Love
flank
it.
you, you're done. You're
Bro,
done.
I mean, if we're talking, like
Yeah.
noob terms,
Yep.
bro, if you got your back exposed, you shouldn't just be able to lay down.
You're done. Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting development. We're going to have people hiding in the corners of those
That's
things.
the one thing. It could happen.
no
though.
Yeah.
more beams at all. No more snake. No more snake.
Don't
I mean,
no.
Completely get rid of the snake.
I could
No
do
more
Doritos.
beams.
Doritos Aztecs.
I see you play Doritos at practice. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
We
what
could
if
do
you did
Dorito
get rid of the
Aztecs.
snake? I wonder if that would actually make the game better.
The
It
game
might,
would actually
dude,
be a
that
little
might
bit
actually.
faster.
Yo, that's interesting.
Or
It
what if
actually
you
might be.
the snake beam like double the height, so they're like big walls, and then
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
so you're in a fortress.
fortress.
It's literally like Fort Knox.
Fortress. Yeah.
Last thing this league needs is Tyler being able to hide in a fucking Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Bro, he's gonna snap
just
you out of a
gunfight-
fortress. Yeah, you're
gunfight from
toast.
8 spots. No,
Yeah,
no,
hell
thank you.
no. You're getting
That's the
sniped
last
out.
thing we need.
Well, we got some new bunkers on the scene, which is going to be fun. And then the next event that we're going into is going to be at Tampa Bay,
In the
back in Florida. And I think, from what it sounds like, we're going to have an opportunity to play inside of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium, which is
That's
pretty,
right.
top
pretty
8
damn
teams.
cool.
The
Yeah.
I
top
think
8
that's
teams.
awesome.
Yeah. So the top 8 teams, the way I talked to Tom Cole about this and Kevin Fillers at World Cup. So what's going to happen is the 3-man is going to be in the stadium on Thursday.
Right.
And then they're going to do the Iconic Awards, the Summit Awards, right after the 3-man. And then right after that, the top 8 teams are going to play their first prelim match. So you know how normally the most marquee matches are Saturday afternoon?
Yeah.
The top teams from each bracket play.
Right.
Those
right.
games will be played Thursday night under the lights in the stadium.
Whoa.
So each team will play one game out of the top 8 teams. And then the rest of the tournament will be held outside the stadium over the weekend.
Right. Gotcha.
Pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat. I am curious. I didn't ask this. I wonder how they're going to set up Go Sports in 2 separate spots. Like, how do they plan on
True.
doing that? That's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool either way. So however they're
Either
gonna,
way,
gonna
yeah.
figure that out. Yeah, pretty dope.
I agree.
Yeah, the
That's sick,
optics on
dude.
that are great. And I think that, from what it sounds like, we will have some more opportunities hopefully in the future to work with different areas and hopefully do some more cool pop-up paintball stuff. And the paintball game as a whole is still very underground, but doing things like this helps to just let people know that it exists, and I think that everybody's doing a tremendous job, even like on in the gaming realms as too. More people know about paintball through gaming because a lot of people that game play paintball, and you've got so many different connections that we're making. And just with things like this, I think we're on a good path, doing good things.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Agreed,
man. Yeah, the Summit Awards as well, right, March?
That's gonna be that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Awards too. Yeah.
So
All right,
we're gonna
Keith,
be dirty.
Last question before. Yeah, exactly. I know. I was
That's
like,
the
so no
one
one's
thing.
gonna
I'm
be
like,
dressed
wait, we're
up.
gonna be
You're not-
dirty
I know.
though.
I don't love that. I like it
Yeah,
way
yeah.
more. Yeah, I like it way
You know
more.
what I
the way
mean?
it was.
You know what I mean?
Dressing
Yeah.
up. It's an
That was
event.
that was a nice.
Like, I don't
that was
really
a nice
care.
part of it.
If I'm focusing on the tournament, I don't want to go from the 3-man to then you got to do like speeches at the Summit Awards, and then you're diving into the most important match of your prelims. Like, I
It's
don't.
a little rough.
That misses for me to
They
be
might
honest.
be able to
but-
fix some of that. Yeah, they might be able to
Well,
fix some of that because it's a
yeah.
little rough, like you said.
Yeah.
We'll
That's hard to
see.
do.
Swaggy, last question before we let you go, unless Ty has something too. And this one is from Mark Paris. He wants to know, Keith, is there anyone in the league that gives you the impression they'd be a hard teammate to deal with? It can be a past teammate or current, or just somebody that has not been your teammate yet. This is putting you on the spot too, because you're Mr. Nice Guy. So yeah, who are you calling out? You could just say me. I could be the scapegoat.
No, I mean, like, I'm like really thinking. I'm like, what I they would have to really have done something to me, bro.
Yeah.
I know. That's a crazy question. Like, it's almost like
there is somebody, but I'm like, no, I don't.
I'm not gonna put them on blast.
I'm sure at some point. No, even then, bro. I mean, there's been people that I've toasted and then become their damn teammate, and we've won tournaments. So I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. Sorry, Mark. Usually Mark has great questions. This one missed a little bit. You got to get it together.
I feel
Mark.
it though. I feel it.
Mark has to get it together.
I'm we're in good spirits, right? We can't come in hot like that. That's
I love it. Nice.
Yeah, if you want to ask crazy questions in the Discord, you can head over to our website and join our Patreon over there. Hey, I want to also talk about the Tauntauns. Do we have word on the Tauntauns? What are they doing next season? Are they playing in the USA? We don't know.
Don't know.
Man,
yeah,
don't know.
They're such a good team, bro. I would hate to lose them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to stop, obviously, the team as a whole, but I know that there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
And just keep the Euro team instead.
Possibly, yeah, which is kind of crazy because, like you said, they were so competitive in the
got
Americans.
nasty this year, man.
Yeah. I mean, 2 finals appearances and then to do what they did at Cup as well. You know, they were up a couple on you guys.
Up on us twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So they played really good ball all season, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Euro teams though, low key.
Yeah,
they came in Cup and actually balled out, man.
They did
low key surprised. I mean, they've always been good, but like, man, they put on though.
They did.
I didn't think Joy was going to do as good as they did.
Shoot, they went, like, man, after playing us March, they changed everything up.
Yeah,
bro.
Totally.
Shoot.
Totally.
Hey, they had been harboring that energy for about 15 years going into that dynasty.
That one match,
you know what I'm saying?
It's tight, man. That's cool though. I like that type of stuff.
That was a moment. That game was a moment in time because obviously everybody knows about the Southern California debacle between Joy and Dynasty way back in the day.
Yep.
And they haven't seen each other in a tournament format until that moment at World Cup.
Crazy,
so it was wild.
So crazy.
Yeah, super crazy. Well, Keith, hey, congrats, man. Congrats to you both. Congrats to the Damage squad on the World Cup. Man. Yeah, man, the honor's ours, bro. And keep stunting, keep working hard. You consistently push the game. So you're an inspiration to not just, Marcelo, myself, so many countless other players out there. So keep doing the thing, man.
Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you,
March. Appreciate you, Keith. Yeah, no, you're the man. Been an absolute pleasure, man. So congrats. Get back to enjoying your night. And I'm sure I'll talk to you very soon.
I'll see you guys.
All right, champ.
Have a good night. Later, guys.
Later.
He's just always so fucking awesome to be around.
Yeah, he is.
Keith,
he's great.
Just such a genuinely amazing person. I love Keith. And he balled out. I think it's underrated how well he played at Cup. It truly is. Seeing, like, again, just replays of the amount of kills that he got in big moments where I was like, shit, if you didn't do that, we would have lost that point because we were like either down bodies or whatever. And he just fully stunted. Yeah, Keith is a savage. He is so good, so athletic. All right, to close out the show, this will obviously be a banger. Fucking Joey Blute, this guy.
We got Joey. You're calling him on the phone?
We're calling him right now. We're ring-a-dinging.
Joey.
Ring-a-ding. Ring-a-ding.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Ring-a-ding. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Hello.
Oh, boy,
hello.
Joey.
Hello. What's going on, fellas?
What up, Joey?
JB, we got a couple minutes with you right here, but we just ended a nice little segment with Keith. We had Jason on. Had some nice.
So you saved the best for last. I get it.
Yep. Dude, they were talking so much shit.
It's
talking about how great I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
You would know, Tyler. You would know if you would just finally make that last decision.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go. Dude, how you been? What are you up to?
I just got back from going up to Pittsburgh with a family and then running through DC and got back today, actually. Yeah.
There we go. Yep, we got Thanksgiving coming up. You guys doing anything fun? What do you got? What do you got going on?
Nah, just go to the in-laws and eat food like every other person.
That's right. That's it, brother.
Nice. So what's up, JB? You have any breaking news for us? So, we already talked about World Cup. We can talk about that a little bit if you want. Like what?
I can say some breaking things. I mean, obviously the Heat thing, everyone knows about that at this point, I'm sure. Chris Jensen, who was so I guess maybe everyone doesn't know then. So Heat and Sergeant Allen got together. They basically have turned that into, it's still Heat, but it's no longer owned by Sarge. It's owned by Allen. So what's going to happen with that roster's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. And they just picked up Mark Jensen. He's coaching him. So
Chris Jensen,
Chris Jensen. Yeah.
So they just got him in there. So I mean, they're starting to build something. I don't know what. I did just see that Urena's not with you guys anymore, Tyler.
Dude, Marcelo said that on the show. I don't know what the hell's going on. My chat's blowing up. Yeah, I have to see what's going on here.
You're gonna have a few messages to get back to after this one, huh?
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just saw that. You guys picked up Connor Kelly, so it kind of makes sense, right? Like, you get Connor Kelly, you can only play so many guys at a time. Someone's got to sit or be cut at that point, and so I kind of see that maybe. I don't know, but who knows? With these things, you never know what really happened with the whole thing, and it's like you wanted to break.
Yeah, like I said, as soon as I get off of this interview that we're doing, I got some text messages and calls to make. It's crazy. And then we were just talking about like the Tauntauns too. We don't know if they're going to be playing in America or if they're just going to be in Europe, but there's a lot going on in that camp as well.
I think you'll definitely see Tauntauns in America next year. If it's not all of them, it'll be some of them.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, just such a talented roster. And actually, when we had Keith on the show talking about how good they all played out there at World Cup, man, everyone from Europe was balling.
Yeah, no, it was a good showing from the European teams for sure.
Yeah,
Latin American teams, they still need a little more work, but
dude, they got the fire though, the passion, man. They're running around.
I'm all for that too. It's just World Cup's a big stage for that.
That's right. Yeah. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate stage, man. Yeah, and congrats again, Joey, on the big win. It's been a Tampa Bay party over here at PTG. So we've just been ripping it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome, just hitting the track and getting another gold.
Yep.
I mean, it sounds stupid, but it's the truth, right? Like, that's what we do. Like, that's what we're trained to do. So I think at a point with everyone that's on this call, at least it's to the point now where you expect to win more than you don't. So when you don't win, it's obviously a massive disappointment. But when you do win, it's like, yeah, I won. You enjoy it, but then you're just like, man, what's next?
Yeah, that's right. And that's the mentality. That's how you got to approach it for sure.
Yep.
Always.
This one had to be a little special for you, though, Jokes. Damage has won quite a few events in the last 5 years, but it's the first World Cup in a long time. I think 2011 was the last World Cup that Damage won.
The only thing I had going for me on that was I got my crack fix in 18 with Mutiny, and I was able to win it semi-pro, so I wasn't that far off of the win. Like, it wasn't Damage that I won with, but I had won in 18. It was semi-pro, not pro, but it was still a World Cup win. So I was still kind of floating on that one. So mine's not quite 11. But no, it's you get a chance to win World Cup, dude. It's the biggest event of the year, period. I'm pretty confident people who win the series will tell you they'd rather win World Cup than win the series. I mean, I've won both. I've won the series and not won World Cup, and that was probably the most disgusting feeling ever. Going up to get a trophy that you didn't just win at the event at. You're just like, ugh.
Totally.
Yeah, and they speaking of fit, they played outstanding all season long. Yep. And to make it to the finals back-to-back years, that's a statement as well. But you guys just were able to pull away on that one. We kind of broke that down earlier in the show with Jason and get that lead and hold it and really make them have to work hard to fight into the guns, which good luck fighting into, the Tampa gun line. It's going to be a tough day at work doing that kind of stuff. But overall, I mean, everybody just came and showed up and played great paintball, did their jobs. And I'm sure you're loving having Skinny back on the sidelines there with you, huh? The Road Dogs back
Absolutely,
at it.
dude. Yeah, no, without a shadow of a doubt. It's I think a lot of the teams are going to find out real quick if they haven't already that it's not coaching a paintball team is not a one-person job. 2 people is even really tight. It truly is to do it properly at the highest level. It's a 3-person plus job. So some people have explored it a little bit and messed with it a little bit, and you're seeing more and more people have somebody over there with them. But I think when it's all said and done, it's going to be 3 to 5 people for every team that's competitively near the top or trying to be at the top.
I completely agree with you, man.
Yeah. More jobs. More jobs.
Yeah. Well, the whole idea is to make the players' jobs easier, right? And you kind of need that many people to actually do that properly.
Yeah, it's information wars at the end of the day. It's like who has the most info, who understands the details better and is making really good educated decisions out there.
Yeah, it's definitely all about making the good decisions at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's how do you keep all these veterans motivated? Everybody's won everything. You've been coaching for such a long time, and once again, salute to you for all the work that you've done over the years with so many different players and teams. What is it like coaching right now in this very moment for you?
I mean, it's pretty awesome. There's definitely it's a lot of work to do it at the highest level. It's not easy. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it at the end of the day. If you're achieving your goal, whatever your goal is, right? It doesn't have to be just paintball, but for me, it's goals put out in the beginning of the year. We're going to win at least X amount of events. We're going to do the seeding at the end of the year, all these other things. So when you hit your accomplishments, it's great. That's kind of the whole point of all of it, right?
Of course. Absolutely, man. Yeah, and Cup, obviously, there was some up and down moments. There was moments where the Tauntauns had you guys by a couple points. What do you think throughout Sunday was one of your biggest strategic adjustments that you made that helped you guys to solidify the win that afternoon?
I mean, going down by 2, the aspect of coming back on that's not so much. I mean, you can't really coach your way out of that per se. The guys have to dig deep and find that extra gear to come out and actually want it bad enough to do it. We have a plan, we know what we're going to do, but it's on the guys more than anything. The early on part, scouting the team's good enough to know, on the Tauntauns, the can was, we called it Alpha, and then the little Aztec in front of it was Bravo. Hugo always ran around the Alpha into the Bravo every time, right? So we picked up on that. We shot him the very first point. After that, we knew their next move was going to be doubling the can like everyone else had been doing and then trying to fight their way in. So we made the adjustment to send, I think, Mouse to the corner on the second point, which he beat him out because then Keith was going out heads up on the can. Once he made it to the corner, he was able to actually contain them both in the Alpha, right? That giant can. And we were able to actually, come up the other side. We had a big play on that side that actually worked out well too. I mean, you guys have won tournaments. Both of you guys have won tournaments. So, it's a game of inches for sure. So, you give us an inch, we're going to get a point back. We give you an inch, you're going to get a point. At the end of the day, we were able to beat them. They're a great team. I mean, we had to fight them all. We had to come back from 2 and then take them to OT to actually beat it. So, great game, great match, great semis.
Yeah, and like you said, it was gritty. It was gritty paintball, and that at the end of the day, that's what it takes to win. If you're going to win a tournament, you got to be out gritting the other people on the other side. And if they give you a little nuanced advantage, you got to execute on that and really drive it home. And you could trap, like you were talking about, Joey, you could trap people pretty well on that snake side if you were in the right spots. Yeah.
And we have so much speed on our snake side, especially. I mean, everyone's fast on our team. We don't really. I mean, Marcelo might be the slowest. Marcelo legit might be the slowest guy on the team.
Dude, listen, I'm in control of this phone call right now, and I could easily press the end button so fucking fast. You watch how fast. Watch how fast I am with pressing the end button.
I'm sorry, Mr. Marcelo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I thought.
Lightning in a bottle. Lightning in a bottle over there is probably our fastest guy. Yeah. But no, so we have so much speed over there. It's
Jesus.
It's going to be hard, man. It's going to be real hard for, as long as we keep this roster together, it's going to be real hard for a lot of teams.
Well, without a doubt, you have one of, if not, I mean, I think we can safely say, yeah, you guys have one of the top, deepest, if not the deepest lineup in the pro league right now. It's just absolutely stacked from top to bottom, and it's fun, man. That's great competition. That's what this sport is all about. And we have some of the most exciting paintball games we've had in a really long time happening out there. People are captivated. You could see it just in like the attendance and the crowds. People are having a lot of fun with the game. So I think from all, and that goes for all the pro teams that are out there. Thank you. And thank you, Joey, for what you've built, to everybody who's given everything they got to the sport right now, because it's really showing.
Yep.
100%.
No, I don't disagree, man. Everything's looking really good. The direction of paintball right now is pretty damn good. And, as long as we don't muck with it too much, the way the current pro system is working is pretty good too.
Yeah, I know there's talks of like we were saying earlier, kind of incentivizing more movement, and even I'm curious, is the scoring going to change how they do the like the points and how they're weighed? Is it going to be 4 points scored? Is that what's happening next year?
I've heard a couple different things. I don't think anything's been firmed up yet. I know they haven't had the meeting yet where they've gone over all that. There were some other rules that they were talking about doing too.
Yeah.
Some of it sounds good. As long as they don't affect what we're doing on the field as much, I'm good with it, right? Like, if you want to incentivize making us go faster, cool, as long as we start the year out that way, and that's the rule we're going to play with. That way we can actually train for it properly. I don't really care about that stuff. But when you actually start changing the feel of the game, because it's no longer going to be a 5-on-5, or because the 3-on-3, it's fun, but it's not what we do. It's just, 3-on-3, right? Like, we cared about it when we did it because we care about anything. If it was a race of the rental cars, we would care about it, and it would be a competitive race, right? Like, that's just who we are. That's in our DNA.
Mm-hmm.
So we care about the 3-man, but it's not what we're there for, right? So as long as I don't start mucking around with too much of that kind of stuff, then I think we're on a really good path.
Yeah. Yeah, and like we've talked about on the show, we need as much paintball as possible. We cannot lose 5v5 paintball. It is the bread and butter of our sport. It is the most entertaining and the funnest to play. It really is a different cadence than with the 3v3. I do understand the variations and why they want to do that. So I'm down to play any type of paintball under the sun. I love paintball. But I agree with you, Joey. We cannot lose 5v5 in the way that we play this game right now. I heard they are talking about just putting a bunch of like buttons in all the bunkers, and then you have to tap it and do a dance move or something. And then like once you do the dance move, then you can.
I heard it was both people have to be in there at the same time, and then they have a Dance Dance Revolution game that plays while they're doing it.
Yeah,
the high score stays in.
It's gonna get funky. It's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
Joe, is this a good time to tell you I'm retiring?
Oh, sweet. I was talking to Jacob earlier, and he's like, "How's the roster looking?" I go, "Nothing's happening." He's like, "Yeah, better than last year." I go, "Yeah, last year when this is the exact week we're in." He said, "Hey guys, I know I said I was going to stick around, but I'm going to go play with my best friends, so you guys understand." And I was like, "Motherfucker!"
Oh man. That was that. Yeah, that was that.
That was that.
Yeah.
That was that. Look at us now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, look at us now.
Crazy.
It's quite an interesting road we've been on.
Yeah, to say the least. Do we have any more, like, you got any more news? You're hearing rumblings, going on?
This was something good, Joe. Come on, man. Break some fucking news.
Yeah, what do we
Otherwise,
got?
what are we doing here?
So, breaking news. Oof. Nothing's really like broken 100% yet. So anything I give you is just kind of like fucking. I feel like I'm wheelballing for soup over here. I mean, I could tell you stuff, but then if it doesn't come,
he's got a high percentage. He's
on it. Scotty's shooting.
What's like the craziest rumor? What's the craziest rumor that might happen that you're like, this would be wild?
That Dynasty may have quite the overturn.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the overturn on their roster. I mean, obviously they've already let Mike go and they're going a different direction with that, but there may be quite the overturn with them where they don't go into full rebuild, but they go into it's a whole new dynasty.
No, we already know that. They picked up O'Mara, they picked up ABJ. What are you talking about, Joe? Are you like with the times or behind the times? I thought you
I'm
were
with
ahead
the
of the
times.
times.
But that hasn't been officially announced either.
No, it's okay. Yeah, but that's official. So we're talking about rumors. That's official. I don't think Dynasty is going to cut anyone, but yeah, they picked up Omara.
So what are they going to have? 14 people on their roster?
Yeah,
Well,
that's
well.
not going to happen.
Well,
They're got to get rid of somebody, dude. If they're picking up 3 dudes, I promise you, there's going to be at least 2 heads overall. There has to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's
But
going to be
they had 9 this year, so they
couple.
could pick up 3.
You're thinking like a pro player, not like a person who's watching the Bills too. Like another
Well, that's why Tom
3
Ford's
bodies.
there.
But yeah, I don't know.
That's why Tom Ford's there.
And what is he doing there, anyways?
Money.
Oh,
I think.
he could have
Yo, I think
given us some.
Joe,
I like
I
money.
thought you were. How do I get back from fucking sipping pina coladas in Mexico and I have more info than you? This is crazy.
Because I was busy learning about the Civil War.
What? Oh, Joe.
He's been in the museum.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, Joe. I thought.
All right, so I did hear Ronnie potentially might be going to the old Impact. I did hear that Dizon had an offer from you guys.
Oh,
Mm.
I can see,
See,
that. That makes
this
sense.
is all. I'm not upper management, so I'm learning a lot here too. This has been a really eye-opening experience on PTG for me with you guys. So yeah, and then who knows? Maybe Mishka, I heard as well, like on Will Ball is
To Red
saying
Legion.
possibly going back to Russia,
Yeah, we'll
to
see.
the
We'll see.
Legion.
I mean, it makes the most sense, right? Like if you're going to put your money on some bet on that one, that's a pretty easy bet to make.
Yeah,
Otherwise, anybody else who brings him over, I mean, his travel alone's got to be
it's
15 to 20 grand a year. So you have to be, one of the teams that's willing to spend money, right? Where
I did hear.
the Russians.
Sorry, JB, I did hear like a top player to the Hurricane team with their new owner.
Oh, yeah, I heard him too. He may be Russian, but not on the Russian Legion.
Might be named Fedorov.
Yeah. Some people call him Steady Wop.
Yeah.
Eddie Wap.
That'd
Yeah,
be
I'm curious
Yeah,
to see.
no, I heard that too.
There's a lot going on right now, and I'm very curious to see what happens with the dynasty camp because, like you said, Joe, I think you are correct, man. There's going to be
They got to send it. They're not like us where they're worried about injuries. They just push through them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we'll see that as it starts to happen here in the next week or so. I think we do have some Discord. Is there Discord questions for Joe?
No,
Or you
not,
didn't say,
not for JB. No, yeah.
Yep.
This was a add-on bonus segment.
dude, the
Yeah.
bonus.
Tell
So,
Stevie from New York Wrecking Crew he can text me his question later.
All right, we'll let him know. Young Stevie, you hear that?
Wait.
Let's go.
We appreciate you, Joe. Again, much love. Enjoy the
Yes.
night. Enjoy Thanksgiving with the fam. I'm sure we'll talk soon. But thanks for taking some time to talk in with very little information. Way less than usual. Usually you're on point. This was really,
Yeah, I just got back from vacation. Like I was driving the whole day. Leave me alone.
dude. You're usually really on your A game, and it's okay. Next time.
Yeah, well, I'll call you next time when I'm ready to release all the stuff.
There we go.
Mr. Put you on the spot, ass self.
I thought it was a guaranteed victory. That's how much I believe in you, Joe. I thought it was a guaranteed victory.
Yeah,
to
I
get
can't
you
swing
on.
these bats yet, baby. It's too early. Too early. I'm not striking out live on the radio, live on the air, dog. That's happening. You ain't striking me out like that. When I have firmed up stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah.
When I have firmed up stuff, I'll keep feeding it to you, and you can keep telling everyone, like, yeah, I've been Marcelo.
That's fair.
Dude, it's always a pleasure, Joe. You have a great
Yeah.
night and happy Thanksgiving to you and the fam.
Man, Joe.
All right, talk to you.
Good night.
All right, later. Bye. Amazing. Good stuff.
Oh man, he's hilarious.
Good
That's
stuff.
hilarious.
Yeah, we got some developments
man.
happening, so we'll be sure to keep everybody posted as they start
Wow.
rolling in. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more moves and shakes going on
So
here.
much.
I got to get on the damn phone. It sounds like
Yeah.
things are going
Ty,
crazy.
well, let's wrap this thing up, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody
Yeah.
out there. Enjoy the holidays. We love you. We're gonna have a
Yes.
goat meeting tomorrow, Wednesday. So if you're listening to this and you want to join, become a goat. Join the
Goat's giving.
Yeah, it's Goats Giving. We're going to do tons of giveaways, private little show for everyone, behind the scenes conversations, and I'm sure we'll get a little more in depth with some of this off-season stuff. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, we appreciate you guys. Ty, thank you. Appreciate your time, obviously, and yeah, we'll talk soon. Everybody.
Yep.
have a
Happy Thanksgiving,
fantastic-
everybody.
Yeah, have
Peace.
a fantastic night. Peace.
Later.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to the show. We appreciate your support more than you know. As you guys heard about midway through the episode, if you guys would like to support PTG in any way, you could head over to ptgpaintball.com. You could click the orange Patreon link and sign up at any level and get access to our Discord. The Discord is one of the most phenomenal communities in the game of paintball. We have so many different channels in there. It's great for learning. It's great for connecting, finding teams, selling equipment, whatever it is you want to do in there. We truly have it all, and we hope to see you in there. So again, head over to ptgpaintball.com, click the orange Patreon link, and we'll see you in there.